must have revenge. Must have revenge. I'm right here.
Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target. I'm your host. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. It's time to view Maul the way he truly is. Let's midweek Maul masquerade into the rundown. We got question of the week, HoloNet news, including Maul's Shadow Lord episodes 1 and 2 review, and Mark Hamill approves the new leader of Lucasfilm, and probably much more that you didn't sign up for and we didn't put in the rundown because we didn't know it was going to happen. So it's a live show and we have lots of fun. But speaking of people the way that they are, it's Dan. It's
What's
Pilot
up?
Dan.
That's right. It's me. I'm the way that I am, and you can't change it whether you want to or not. I'm excited. I'm sure we'll come up with much more on this stream, but we got a lot to talk about with that first 2 episodes of Maul. It's going to be exciting.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, for sure. I can't wait. And last up, we have the one who is the way she is, the fact checker.
You know it. I've spoken.
Yes, you have. That was probably like the least pizzazzy intro I've given to you guys, but
Oh, I think it worked great.
it's for how you really are.
You're channeling
It's
the dark
very
side.
Maul.
I'm
Yeah,
channeling
it's
Maul.
so fitting.
Oh, my goodness.
We just need to reciprocate and give you an intro somehow.
Oh, no,
That's
it's
true.
fine. I give myself the intro. It's fine. It's good. We're good. Plus, we got lots to get into this week. We got lots of Maul to talk about, but there's some other news that's dropping. And if we miss anything, let us know in the chat. We love the Gonkers. Speaking of the Gonkers, fact checker, who is with us tonight? Give us a few of the names that are roaming through the chat.
Sweet. Well, we've got Dan the Sound Target Pilot in the chat.
Wow. Meta.
What a weirdo, that guy.
That is so meta.
Also has
Voila.
Skylar complimenting Dan the Pilot on the intro
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
That's a fantastic
Yeah.
intro.
for sure. As well.
That got me more hyped for the show than I think any trailer that
I
they
know,
put
right?
out. They need to hire you, dude.
If you just time the music out, I can make it happen.
Yeah,
It all starts with the right piece of music, though,
it really does. It really does.
and that's what it is.
That's the way it is. What about who else? Fact checker.
but yeah, Mumbo Jimbo
Mumbo Jimbo.
agreed, said that, wow, that intro is awesome.
Oh yeah,
What's
He
up,
does, too.
Mumbo Jimbo?
Mumbo Jimbo. Such so fun.
Yeah, Tamerkins is here
Tamerkins.
as well, asking Nick Knock tapped out on Sant Part 2.
Unfortunately, yes, he's not here tonight. He was with us during the mall watch along, though. He'll probably be with us with most of the watch alongs, hopefully. But you never know. He's a Shadow Lord himself.
That's true.
Chooses to show up
That's
when he
true.
wants to out of the shadows and then disappears back into him.
Good joke.
Kind of freaks me out sometimes. He did freak me out on Monday, actually. He did.
He
come
did
out of the
actually
shadows.
scare you. Yeah.
that-
Scared me a little. That doesn't happen very often, but he got me good on Monday.
I know. I wish I saw it. I just thought you guys were being Goombas out there.
Yeah, I did over exaggerate a little bit, but he did get me.
okay.
So
It
I gotta
still
be
worked,
careful.
but then you
still
played
worked.
it. You played it to try to roll it off
There you go.
your shoulder.
I ended up screaming like a little girl. No, not really. But anyway, cool.
yeah.
We got more. Who? Who
Yeah,
else?
we've also got Teague O'Neill sharing lots of
Oh,
great
man.
deep dive thoughts.
Yeah,
in the chat.
those are great. I really liked his take on a lot of stuff,
Yeah, I haven't-
especially the not calling attention to the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Very smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Sonia was here. She
up,
might still
Sonia?
be here. So happy to see you guys.
Yeah,
And,
Sonia, what's up?
And then I think we also have Hunter who dropped a super
Yes.
chat.
What's up, Hunter? Thanks for
roll
the
into that.
super chat.
What's up, Hunter?
dude?
Thank you very much.
What does he say that he just says? Cash.
Cash.
That's what he does.
That's what he does. It's cash is king, and that's what we like here.
We do. Although it's technically digital, but
and
Digital cash.
digital cash. And Maul likes his cash too.
He does, man. He got a lot.
He was rolling in the gold bars.
You didn't see it after that point though. That's the funny thing.
Yeah,
But
it's digital.
we're gonna get into that more. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Are we allowed to spoil anything yet?
Ooh, yeah, we do need to. Well, that wasn't really much of a spoiler, but we
Right.
do need to. I forgot, man. It's been so long since we reviewed stuff. I forgot about non-spoilers and spoilers. Holy cow. Who in the chat, let us know who's seen Maul Shadow Lord episodes 1 and 2. We'd like to hear from you guys about that.
Should we do a 1 if you've seen it, 2 if you haven't?
Yeah.
Give us a 1 if you've seen
Or
it.
yes
That
or
seems-
no. Something very easy.
Yeah, one if you've seen it, 2 if you haven't. That feels like a very
Yeah.
live stream thing to do.
That does.
We've been doing this for so long, and we don't even do that. But now we're doing it. It's happening tonight. Oh my goodness! But thank you again, Hunter, for that super chat. You are
Yeah,
a
bro.
legend. And he said it was gnarly, and that's high praise coming from Hunter T. Davis.
I have the Hunter hot take. Should I play his stinger just for the super chat?
Yeah, do it.
All right, here we go.
That
That was
legendary
funny.
stinger
Really
right
funny.
there. That legendary man. He's Hunter. He'll be back soon. Don't you worry. We can't wait to get his hot takes on the show again. Speaking of having other people back on the show, I did want to tease it here tonight
Nice.
that we will be having Bismo back on the show next Wednesday. We're going to have him live on the show. He's going to be with us again, reviewing episodes 3 and 4 and getting his hot takes on all things Maul as well. He's been covered on his channel, so definitely go over there. He's got a show coming out tomorrow, Pent Patrol. So if you're looking for some great takes on Star Wars and Maul, definitely head over there. They'll have some great takes on it, and it'd be interesting to get their opinion, their take of Maul so far. So far, though, it looks like in the chat, I see that most people have seen it. I see Skylark has not seen it, so we'll keep it spoiler-free so far. But there will come a time when we will have to spoil the heck out of this. I thought there's really much to spoil. I mean, even for like as an episodes go, things happen, but it wasn't like
Yeah, it wasn't like gigantic.
yeah, which kind of adds to the fun and gives
Yeah.
us a good stepping stone.
Yeah, we
But,
like stepping stones.
We do like stepping stones. So thank you guys for being in the chat and being here with us tonight. We love the lurkers as well. If you're lurking, we love you. Dan really loves you.
That's right. We represent the lurkers. I see you.
I see.
You're a rector somewhere.
You're there. We know it. And if you're watching later, we'll consider that a lurker in some ways.
Yeah, watch the playback. Watch the VOD.
Is that what that's what they call
That's
it?
what all the cool people call
Those
it.
are the cool people. Whoa, the vibe, man.
The VOD, man.
I feel like that's even outdated now. I don't know. I try not to say these things because I feel like
I
if
know.
I do, it's going to be outdated.
Things already, they go so fast nowadays.
It
Yeah,
really does. They
it's
really do.
crazy.
But don't forget to always like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies about us, because with all of us together, we can make Star Wars. By butter, we mean better. If this is your first time here with us tonight, thank you for joining. If it is, I see you zombies. He jumped in as well. Zombies are always coming after us. He's always
Yeah.
in the chat.
What's up?
But yeah, we're going to get into things. The first up, though, we have question of the week.
Can you speak Bocce?
Of course I can, sir. It's like a second language to me. I'm a
All right,
Spartan.
shut up. I'll take this.
Shut up, sir.
Luke!
Question of the week is, does Maul Shadow Lord deserve to be #1 on Rotten Tomatoes so far? I have to put a lot of caveats in there. I know that it doesn't really roll off the tongue, but it's going to get the conversation going.
Yeah.
So, Dan, what do you think? Do you think it deserves to be #1?
I think the caveat was so far.
Right.
I think it does deserve what it got on Rotten Tomatoes so far. You know, undefeated is where they stand, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Which is pretty impressive to have 100% positivity. So that's diabolical.
Which is crazy.
But
Yeah.
Biggles Man said Buttercam cut was diabolical. Yes. But no, I think this is a diabolical show so far, and that's what I like about it. It's delivering on its promise so far to make it dark and gritty. Yes, we saw a lot of this stuff in the trailer, but we didn't care. We liked what we saw in the trailer. They didn't give us any kind of trickery yet, you know. It's not as hard hitting in the second episode without spoiling it, but I think it's fine so far. You know, does it live up? Because I saw Andor's at like 97% after the season 2. You know, that's after like 100 and some reviews. This is like 30 something reviews.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's still a good mark, you know. I think it's well deserving so far.
Well deserving so far. That's the caveat, though, is the so far.
Yep.
That makes sense. Yeah, we do have it here. Maul Shadow Lord 100%. And also, the other caveat, it's critic score. So it's not the, what is it, fan or average. They have like an average popco meter or whatever.
Popcorn
where
meter.
Anybody can review it. But yeah, there it is right there. That's what it's actually sitting at still right now, which is crazy. So it's still at 100%,
Nice.
94%. So some people voice their opinion, but it just didn't go to the critics, the registered critics anyway. And it is sitting at number 1. Star Wars Rebels is actually next at 98% critic score.
Nice.
Star Wars Visions
Wow.
is 98% critic score, right below
Which
that.
Visions?
They don't
They lump 'em
specify here.
together?
I think they're lumping them together, but it might be season 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Andor is 96%, and crazy after that is A
Wow.
New Hope is 94% critic score after that.
Is that
So-
when Rotten Tomatoes started?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think
I
it's been the internet
That's-
wasn't even around back then.
That's pretty impressive.
Man, that's outdated. But yeah, that's a great take, Dan, for sure. I like how you said that. What about you, fact checker? Do you think it deserves to be at that top spot in Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a solid start. With we know more to come, and the fact that they announced season 2 before the first episode even dropped is
Yeah.
just so positive in my view that they are backing this already themselves. So if they can do that, then I can do that, and so should Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
True.
Just kidding. I mean, within reason, but so far I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah. No, great take for sure. I like that you pointed out the fact that they were so confident that they already dropped season 2
Mm,
is going to happen
Yeah.
before it
Good
even
point.
aired. That's how
Mhm.
confident they are in it.
yeah.
I like seeing confidence from Star Wars when it's well deserved. I guess I should put a caveat on that. Sometimes they're confident in the things that they shouldn't be, and it bites them in the butt. And then there's no season 2. Acolyte.
Right.
Which did that try to play after each time? That
It
tried to play
did.
each time afterwards.
And then
it's like they're
I-
still desperate because they're like, oh, it's
I
dark
know.
side, so they're
Yeah,
gonna like
it's a
this
dark
too.
side.
It's just
Yeah.
because they want more views on
Get
it.
outta
But then,
here.
yeah, I even like, what's today, Wednesday? So yesterday I got a notice on my phone from Disney saying, hey, it's because you watched Maul episodes.
Wow.
We think you'll want to watch the Acolyte next. I'm like, oh, delete.
Yeah, it's literally
They're pushing it so hard.
they're pushing it so hard, but it's also just because they're like, that's dark side, this
Yeah,
is dark
it's
side.
like
must
keywords in
be.
their own
Yeah.
marketing
Yeah.
filter.
But I could not stop that countdown fast enough.
Definitely.
I saw the Acolyte,
No,
I
no,
threw
no,
up
no.
a little bit, and then I hit the button to go away.
yeah, exactly.
But,
like,
uh,
suggest less. You need like a thumbs down button.
Yeah, seriously, like never
remove
show me
this
again.
from my feed.
I don't even want to see it.
Exactly.
But what's the question of the week? Says 100 days. I spent like 50 minutes hunting down my cocktail sauce. Classic Hunter.
Classic Hunter.
Food on target, baby.
Can't find his cocktail sauce.
Yeah, the question of the week is...
Does Maul
okay.
Shadow Lord deserve to be number 1 on Rotten Tomatoes so far? Currently, it's undefeated. All positive reviews, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes after
Yeah.
only 2 episodes. Very early on.
And there's not very many critic scores, to your point there, Dan. So
Yeah.
there's still a lot that could happen with it. But so far, I think it's well deserved. Although I don't know about 100%. There are a few things that might, but
Right.
not really though. I can't really think of a lot of things that I didn't like about the episode.
Right.
Nothing
Especially since
really
it's,
at all.
Since
So-
it's early on, you know.
So really, yes, it does deserve that number 1 spot. Now, depending on how it goes moving forward for the whole season, I'd like to see where it stands at the end of the season. I still think my prediction will come true that it's going to be the best Star Wars content of 2026. We're early on in the year, especially for Star Wars content. But that's my prediction for this year. I hope it holds true. Actually, no, I hope it does not hold true and that we get a lot better Star Wars from here on out. But it's good to see that Maul is starting off on a good foot and that people are excited again about it.
Yeah.
It's nice to have something to discuss and talk with people and review and enjoy talking about. Give it positive feedback and we can really
Definitely.
speculate again. So I'm just really excited. That's where I think they're really winning. Sam Witwer is just a genius when it comes to portraying Maul. Also being an ambassador for Maul. Like
true.
he sells Maul, I think,
That's
better
true.
than anybody else.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Without him, would this have been created?
No.
No, it couldn't have been created as well.
I know.
Yeah, but it's true because he's the one that told Dave we got this other story we got to tell about Maul,
Yeah.
and then he finally once things happen. So because isn't he producing it
I don't.
or
I'll look it up.
co-writing
I'll
it?
look it up
Yeah,
because that
double
is a good
check that.
question.
I'm
Because
not
it's
sure.
him and Athena Portillo, I believe is her name, that are the two heads that they promoted with it.
Okay.
Do you see? We got a comment from Peak
Oh,
Obi-Wan.
no, I didn't see that. What's up, Peak Obi-Wan?
It kind of ties in.
Lurking. Hello there. One Filoni cooking back to form. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to cover that a little bit more later, too. But thank you for saying that. And
What's
thanks for
up?
lurking and
I
being
like
here
the
with us.
lurkers. I like
Love
you,
the
Peak
lurkers.
Obi-Wan. Peak Obi-Wan. What was Peak Obi-Wan?
KENOBII.
Yeah, when was Peak Obi-Wan, Dustin?
When was Peak Obi-Wan? Ooh, that's...
Ooh, why was Peak Obi-Wan?
Why was
Why
Peak
was Peak-
Obi-Wan? Where?
I almost have...
Well, he's in the chat, but
Yeah.
you know,
Are you asking me
I don't know when Peak
specifically
Obi-Wan
Peak
was. I want to know what Peak Obi-Wan thinks is Peak Obi-Wan.
I think Peak Obi-Wan either has to be Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, or A New Hope when it comes to training, helping train Luke
Yeah.
and taking that responsibility on and fighting Vader in the calm, collected way he was.
Okay.
I don't know. That's where I feel like peak Obi-Wan kind of happens. And then in the Clone Wars as well, there's a lot of great Obi-Wan in
Yeah,
there.
I might put him in the
hard to say
Clone
peak.
Wars. Yeah, but I know he got beat up a lot in the Clone Wars. He was kind of silly sometimes, but anyway, that's funny. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah.
Filoni cooking again. We're back to animation.
Right, which is
It's solid animation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's, I think, one of the biggest. We're going to jump into the review, I think, here. We're going to do non-spoilers first, and then we'll do spoilers. We're going to jump into... Oh, yes, fact check.
Sorry, just because I was fact checking.
Yeah.
So Sam Witwer is obviously heavily involved, voicing, and according to the AI overview, he is also a consulting producer.
Ooh, there
So
you
he
go.
might not be like fully listed as a producer, but
Okay.
he's involved
Which
a little bit more.
makes so much sense for the fact that he knows his stuff, man, when it comes to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually has corrected them multiple times, even
Yeah.
Filoni, multiple times on where things should be, how it should look, the timeline, just Star Wars in general. This guy is probably one of the most knowledgeable Star Wars fans and people that work in Lucasfilm on Star Wars that's out there. I'd say he rivals Filoni. I'd say that he rivals Pablo Hidalgo. I think he rivals everybody.
yeah,
and
definitely.
back in the day, we used to even watch what was the name of that show, that channel?
Rebels Recon?
No. They did like a whole battle thing with Star Wars knowledge. It was him and
okay.
this is back in
Yeah.
the Collider days, man.
Yeah,
This is
that's
back
right.
in the day. But they
Sith
had
Council, but they did other.
and he
yeah.
won. And they did he won, and then I forget the other guy's name, but he won as well. But he almost always won it, which is crazy. He was just
That is crazy.
so on the ball. Anyway, but-
officially though, fact checker Bigglesman confirmed he's the assistant to the regional manager.
That's great.
on
That is
on the
great.
button there, Biggles.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And yeah, Tamerkin said the creators have said that Maul Devon will not go the way everyone thinks, and she's very interested in seeing what
Whoa,
happens. That's a
what?
good tease.
That is a
What?
good tease.
Another quick comment. Teague O'Neill said, I think that
Yeah.
KENOBII 1 deserves a combined rating of 90%. Episode 2 knocked the total rating down to 90%.
Right.
So
Good
that's
point.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
a great point.
I could see that. I'm surprised somebody didn't kind of, knock the. But have those people? The problem is on Rotten Tomatoes. Sorry, I think they give those people like half of the season, and then they make their review.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
I
because
wanna
they do
say.
see a lot more than us fans do initially.
Yeah.
That's
to
how they,
prep their
or they might
articles
give him
or
the whole
whatever.
season. They might give him the whole
Wow.
season.
Some get the whole season.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know,
some do because I heard.
Yeah, so
I
they
heard someone
might.
reviewing it. I think it was Roca.
Was it? Okay.
John Roca was reviewing it, and he said something. I didn't catch the whole thing, but he said something about he saw the whole. He like binged the whole series.
Yeah,
he
I
said it was
think-
so bingeable.
Okay. And I think honestly that's what these people are reviewing it on. But actually, now that I realize it, that's even better.
That's even better. Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah.
If you got 31 people that have seen it, that's how the Rotten Tomatoes totals are right now. That's pretty good ratio.
Yeah.
You multiply that times, let's say they get to 150. That's still 100%. So that's,
Yes.
eventually maybe it's
Incredible.
99.999. But yeah, Teague is saying 90%. That's how we felt about the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, I think we dropped it down to about like
85,
85%,
90. Yeah.
because of the second episode. Just a little bit of pacing difference there.
Yeah.
Although I was thinking about it a little bit more, and I feel like that second episode, it just flies by. But you want to know why? It's because the beginning part, I don't want to spoil anything, but the beginning part is just a continuation of the end of the first episode. So it really
Oh.
feels like
That's true. That's
still
true.
part of the first episode, not the second episode.
It's
Okay,
really one long episode.
interesting.
It's weird that they even broke it up.
Yeah.
Other than to give Disney Plus more content separate, you know what I mean? More content units.
Yes.
But you're correct. It was really 1 hour-long episode.
right.
Mhm.
Because I think it was like 32 minutes and like 26 minutes or something. So if you add it together, it's basically an hour special.
And we almost knocked it down because we just wanted more.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we did-
know.
I mean, that's the thing.
It's
It was
so
just,
selfish.
They didn't hit us with all the things that we thought they would give us early because we thought the trailers was like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, and that's what I said in the beginning. So I set our expectations kind of the wrong way, even starting off.
Yeah.
So a lot of that's on us. That's why we're still giving it a very high score, 85%. We haven't seen as much as what's in the trailers, which is fine by me because it looks like they're gonna build well
Yeah.
to it. So, and it's gonna be great. And I still think a lot of the trailers is going to be the first half
Yeah,
of the
it's gotta
show.
be.
But who knows? It could be the whole entire thing. If it's the whole entire thing,
Yep.
they got to be careful with that pacing, though. If they have too much filler
Right.
in there, then it might be a problem. But with that 100%, and with if those critics have seen the whole thing, you've got me excited about this show. And I
Exactly.
think my prediction for 2026
It's
might
holding pretty
It's
good.
holding pretty good.
Hunter
right
says so far 95%. Yep.
now. "Oh yeah,
you know,
this is good, man. Nothing
Mumbo
really
Jimbo was, Maul Wit were one of the few things most Star Wars
Mhm.
fans
can agree."
can unite on.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Peak Obi-Wan, I felt the same way. Maybe Satine disguised in Mando armor on
Oh,
Mandalore.
yeah.
That was a great.
Ooh, nice.
And Skylark agreed.
Yeah, for peak Obi-Wan, I saw.
Peak Obi-Wan, yeah.
Mhm.
And we got a question from Hunter. We can answer it later or now, but we're going to see Ahsoka Palpatine Rex. Maybe we can get into that in the
Yeah,
non-spoilers.
yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, Schmodown trivia. That was
Yeah,
what it was.
Schmodown. That was.
You guys
Thank you,
know, you guys know all
Mumbo
this
Jimbo.
stuff.
Yeah, you guys know. Too.
Whenever we bridge back to George Lucas, then that deserves our attention.
Is that
Yeah.
peak? So peak Obi-Wan's back.
Yeah,
Nice. He's not just lurking. We've
oh,
drawn him in.
He's double lurking.
Double lurking.
Double lurking.
And then we also have Bobby Soboleski.
What's up, Bobby Soboleski?
Yeah, if I said
Yeah.
that right. Said this is one of those shows where I'll keep rewatching over
Yeah.
the years.
Oh yeah,
That's
for
awesome.
sure.
Just like Clone Wars, man. It feels like it's just it's like Clone Wars season 8, but it's not. It like belongs in the middle, like 3.5 or 4 or
It's-
something. I don't know.
Ooh.
This
Because it
is
follows up after Clone Wars season
Yeah.
7.
mhm.
That's what's weird about it.
It's basically a year after that.
Let's just call it a Clone Wars season 8.
It kind of is
Mhm.
because it's although
We're just not
season
getting
7,
all
they're-
the clones.
The clones are dead.
yeah, right. So we can't really call it Clone
I
Wars
guess.
anymore.
Yeah.
But it's really a continuation of that in a lot of ways with Maul. And the last,
Mhm.
I'd say this is more akin to the last 3 episodes or 4 episodes of season 8, because some episodes in
7?
season 7 before that were a little not as great with the sisters and everything.
Oh,
Right.
But then the
sure,
last
yeah.
4 episodes of the siege of
But it showed the Pikes
Yeah,
still.
it did.
and
Yeah, it's still tied
the sisters
together.
dealt with
Sure.
the Pikes and
Yeah.
stealing money. So it all is kind of like building toward this. And I think
It
that's what
is.
Filoni, or that's probably what Whitwer wanted. He's like, can't we weave in this other stuff? And he's like, no, we got to end it, write it,
right.
this Order 66, man.
And he
like, really?
Yeah, and he was being interviewed recently, and he talked about somebody asked him, they were like, of all the times that you wanted to showcase Maul or like missed opportunities with Maul, what time frame did you want? And he said this one right now is the time frame that he wanted to cover with Maul
Interesting.
the most. And it was a really good interview, actually. I think it was the one I sent you guys earlier.
Mhm.
He talked a lot of different things. Was that Screen? I think it was Screen Rant.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But he had a good interview, and it was fun to watch him and listen to him talk about Maul. Again, just still one of the best ambassadors to Maul, and I think even Star Wars at this point. When he talks about Star Wars, it gets you excited about it again because he knows what the heck he's talking about and how to make it sound awesome and epic. But I had another point I was going to say with him. He was talking about a saying. He said one of his favorite Maul sayings hasn't happened yet, and he's excited for fans to hear it, but it will be in this show because somebody mentioned the iconic KENOBII. I can't do it nearly justice, and I don't want to scream. But he said that's not even his favorite. He said he's got a favorite coming up in this. I wonder if it's not the promo that they gave us. I have mastered the Force. The Force is me. I almost wonder if it's going to be that line, but he didn't say that specifically.
That would make sense though, because that's pretty unique.
Mhm.
It's the only thing though about that though, still that kind of like is a little goofy to me in some ways, is because it's so close to the Rogue One.
I know.
I am one with the Force, and the Force serves me. It makes sense, and he's gonna explain it in a way that I'm gonna like it when he does. Maul, Sam Witwer.
Yeah.
But it feels almost like a little on the nose, a little on the nose. Not that I don't like it, but it's just like, well, you didn't necessarily have to do that.
But
No, they did.
When we rewatched some of the Clone Wars season 7, there was I thought there was a phrase like that in one of those episodes too, right?
Ooh, was there?
Where there was the repetition. I could have been
Possibly.
dreaming. I could have been dreaming.
Maybe you were dreaming. I don't remember.
Maybe with the clones. Maybe with the clones talking to Ahsoka, or
I don't know.
Mandalorians. Maybe the Mandalorians
Good soldiers follow orders.
cheering. Yeah, the Mandalorians cheering.
Maybe not. Don't worry about it.
Execute.
I was going to ask everybody, and also in the chat, and you guys, how many times has everybody seen the first 2 episodes of Maul? I know Tamerkins has seen a whole bunch.
She said like 3.
She said 3
I
times.
wanted to watch
Let
it
us
again
know.
with my family, but I haven't had a chance yet. So I actually really wanted to see it again before tonight. So I feel underprepared.
Yeah.
But
okay, Dan.
that's okay. I'll watch it again. So by the time we see you next week, I will have seen it at least 2 times.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
I'm
that's-
excited. I'm excited to watch it again.
Did
Well,
you see
actually,
it?
I did. Well,
Yeah.
okay. To be fair, I went home and I watched. I turned it on, but I was super tired that
Oh,
night for
no.
some reason.
Well, it was
Yeah.
a
and I
Monday.
and I accidentally fell asleep at the later end. Don't hate me on that. I was just really tired. I got up really early. So, but I did go home and watch most of it
2.5
again with
times.
my wife, and she
Nice.
finished it and she really liked it too. So,
Cool.
Sweet.
which I was glad to hear. So, because it is darker. That's the thing. It's a darker tone, but there's
Yeah.
enough levity in there.
There is with that droid. Just
with
that.
just that. Oh yeah. Well, that's not spoiling anything really. We're trying to keep it spoiler
That
free.
droid.
The droid. Oh, I see it. We're getting some people.
Yeah, they're saying
Yeah.
definitely multiple times is seems to be the common answer,
Yeah.
Oh,
common
yeah.
denominator so
For
far.
sure. And as well, you should, because we have a lot of friends here on YouTube
Yeah.
that do watch alongs as well. Star Wars Santa, Bismo did it.
Yeah, I kind of want to
And
watch it along
I
with
know.
some of these friends.
So do I.
We could
Mhm.
like sync them up and have a super friends watch along.
Super friends.
Yeah.
So I could like copy it, right? Should I do that? Like mash it up? Like Santa
Whoa.
watching it with us, but we're going to be talking on top of each other.
Yeah,
That would be
might be.
great.
Well, wouldn't that be kind of funny though? Like soup it together?
If you put if you move the audio so it's on someone's talking on
Yes.
the right side, someone's
I could
talking
do
on the
that,
left.
too.
I know you're.
I'll do
fancy.
5.1 surround.
Okay.
We'll put Santa in the front. You know, he's Bismo over here. We're over here.
We're going to do it. We're
We'll
going to
just
have to make
mute
that
Nick's
happen.
mic. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe for the finale, we'll just have to have everybody watch along
Ooh,
finale.
nice.
Tamerkins,
epicness.
yes, there are droids in Star Wars. Sorry, I spoiled that. But
Gasp.
Yeah.
And Sonia, she hasn't seen any episodes, but maybe later. Okay.
Okay,
That's-
Sonia.
So
yeah,
we'll let you know when we dive more into the spoilers, so we don't give anything
Okay.
away.
right.
Tamerkins did stand up for fact checker by when Ahsoka was trying to remove the chip we get. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So, yeah.
thank you.
You
Oh,
remembered
So-
it.
I wasn't just
Wow,
dreaming.
good
Look
call.
at me. I have facts.
Look at me.
I have facts.
that
They're
I
in there.
forgot.
You did a great job.
Hunter
thank you,
watches
Tamerkins.
everything twice. There's a little clip
Just
of
out
him
of habit.
saying, "Oh yeah, the green apple slices. I saw that.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny.
That was
actually. I was
actually
like,
really
that's
funny.
good marketing. That just proves that he's having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we need in Star Wars.
Exactly. He's one of the best when it comes to promoting things. It was silly, but it was fun. It wasn't absolutely
Yeah.
necessary, but it's a lot better than anything. A lot of the stuff we've got for promotional material from a lot of the other Star Wars content.
Yeah, that was. And then
Even
everybody-
the weird talking to Baby Grogu lately has been kind of getting on
Painful.
everybody's
It's not
nerves.
funny.
So
Mhm.
I'll take the apple at this point.
Give me an apple. I was like, what's he gonna do? Does it really like make him like gurgle or something? That's what I was
Yeah.
genuinely thinking. And then he just like, I'm like,
He
get
roped you
out
in.
of here.
Yeah, he roped you in.
Yeah, I was like,
It's
man.
like Maul does. He pulled you right
You know,
into
sometimes
the
you eat
shadows.
something that's like, but no, it's don't think of that.
He pulled you into the shadows and then sliced your apple.
He sliced my apple. Green apples though.
Green apples.
He's Red Maul.
It's fun. The green apples thing is funny because it's almost like the green M&M thing that you do for a lot of the
The
in
special
the-
people
Yeah, well, whenever you write up a contract and you
Yes,
put that little
in
thing
the
to
green
see,
room.
to see if they actually read through the entire contract.
right.
He does that with green apples.
He does it with
though.
green apples apparently.
Smart.
That's
Smart
smart
move.
to see if they really gave him what he wants.
Yeah, but I see a lot of people still. Man, you guys are on fire in the chat tonight. We're trying to keep up with everything.
We
Yeah,
gotta get
but
it.
some spoilers. We got to be careful.
Oh, we got to be careful. Okay, we won't say all the spoilers, but I see that basically I see that everybody for the
Yeah.
most part has seen it multiple times.
Yes.
And we have for the most part as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Hmm.
I have.
Mumbo
kind of.
Jimbo likes Sour Santa too, so he agrees.
Dude, he's great.
5.1 surround.
Oh man, Star Wars Santa, Bismo. We have so many friends here on YouTube. We love them all. And they're the best, and it's just fun. It's fun to talk Star Wars with them. We're all fans, so
So Hunter fell for it too, or he would fall for it. I think if he saw it.
yeah.
He does. That's what I'm talking about when you talk about people that are sincere in their excitement for whatever it is that they're doing.
Yes.
Those are the people you want involved in a thing.
Mhm.
'Cause
Yeah.
they're willing to. I don't know, just a authenticity to it.
Oh, for
Or
sure.
maybe he's just a really good actor.
Yeah. Oh, we got another comment
Yeah.
here from was that
50 Thunderer.
50 Thunder
26.
26. Says I haven't watched them all yet, but I'm fine if you hit me with the spoilers. All
Check it
right.
out. This is the spoiler fist. You're about to get hit.
Whoa.
He said it's fine if you hit me.
I was going to
with the
do
spoilers.
a light, like the red light alert.
Red.
That's
well,
true.
before we do that, let's.
Okay, we're not there
gonna
yet.
do.
Okay.
We're just gonna do a few points of what we really liked about both episode 1 and 2, and then we're gonna give our updated rating, and then we'll go into the spoilers segment. Does that sound good to you guys? That's what we used to
Yeah,
do back in the day, since
absolutely.
it's been so long. we
Yeah.
reviewed anything.
Yeah. We don't know what we're doing.
But we're a little rusty when it comes to reviewing stuff like this.
we haven't had any content in 75 years.
Yeah, at least content that everybody's excited about. But
Americans.
Dan throwing spoiler hands.
SPOIL spoiler.
That was spoiled.
Then
but
ER.
No, it's the spoiler.
Oh.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Wow. I don't want that on my face.
That's
Oh,
right.
My goodness.
I don't know how to punch.
But Dan, give me one thing that you liked about these episodes. Like, what's one of the biggest things that
Well,
stood out to you for the first two
I
episodes of
always
Maul?
say it. It's
Yeah.
the music. Because it's not just the music, but it's the undertow of when they used it, and it was well crafted. I didn't feel bouncy and bubbly and goofy. It felt intense and true to form for when we had Maul on the screen,
Hmm.
and the suspense and the certain scenes that we got. So music for sure stood out. I also really appreciated the visuals. I'll let you talk more about that if you like that, Dustin. But
That's fine.
the
No,
visuals, the way that they looked, it looks more Sony Spider-Verse, like they're trying to up the level, even from Clone Wars Season 7.
yes.
I really appreciate that, because that just shows two things for me, that they put their best foot forward.
Yeah, no, those are great points. And the Kiners,
And I
Kiner
love the
family.
Kiners music. Yeah,
Kiner family did this one. Which is
Yeah.
crazy
it is pretty cool.
and cool. Also, to your point, Sam, in that same interview, Dave Filoni told everybody who was working on Maul, he said, we need to make it better than anything we've ever put out. Basically, is what he said. I'm
Really?
paraphrasing. It's not
Filoni
exactly
said
what he
that?
Filoni
Wow.
told everybody
Okay.
that we need to make this better, even better. Push it. He
I
was
like it.
basically like,
Nice.
push the envelope on this stuff. Make it as good as you can possibly get everything, and then go some more, basically. So listen to that interview. Again, it's great. He has a great take on that, but Filoni was really pushing this one. I think Filoni knew that he had success on his hands with this,
Yeah,
and there's also a lot riding on this. I think that's
There
something
is.
that not a lot of people are talking about. This is kind of like the setup for the Mandalorian and Grogu. This could possibly start to make things
Yeah.
right in Star Wars again. It's also the first project that Dave Filoni's putting out
true.
as the
Mhm.
president, El Presidente, of Lucasfilm.
That makes sense.
So
And
he
it's
wants-
animation
and
too.
it's animation,
And
which
that's
is his wheelhouse.
His
Yeah.
heel wouse.
He is putting his best fist forward with this.
Spoiler.
And they all
Spoiler
are.
fist.
And it's getting us more hyped, and it's getting us back into the world of Star Wars as we remembered it, as we are fond of, to get us hyped for Mandalorian Grogu, because they are stumbling all over the place with that one. But I think this might help get us there. Fact checker, what about you? What really stood out to you when it comes to these first 2 episodes? Non-spoiler, but what would you say is the best?
I liked the foundation they set. So in some ways, especially in episode 2, I felt like, okay, it's dragging on a little bit, whatever. Even though there was plenty of action in the first episode and the first part of the second episode. But I feel like once we get more into this season, we're going to reflect back on what they set up in these first 2 episodes and appreciate it even more. So I'm like saying that to myself because I know I gave it kind of a harsher rating, not harsher,
Barely, but yeah.
a slightly lower rating.
Right.
But I do appreciate the foundation that they're setting in this scene, in the scenes, in the series, and the time frame of what's going on in the galaxy.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think they did actually nail that quite well
Mhm.
for how they gave you exposition without dragging it, without
Yeah.
dragging things. And that was the thing they talked about. They said that you wouldn't have to see any other story with Maul to understand Maul Shadow Lord. And I think that is true for this. When I watch this, I'm like,
Mhm.
you don't really. They're already setting up the world they're at, who Maul is.
Yeah.
They're setting up, even giving some backstory as to what happened.
Yeah.
We know he's been, certain things.
Who are
Sorry.
the interested parties?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I almost forgot that we were in non-spoiler territory.
We got to get to spoilers.
We do. So I'll say one of the other things that really stood out
Yeah,
to me
definitely.
was it just felt like a great continuation, but everything was turned up to 11 when it comes to
Yeah.
the production value of this show. The story is on point. It's a great start. They knew how to introduce characters, especially Maul. I still think the introduction and the way they're utilizing him in this, you get nervous with a lot of Star Wars shows nowadays that they're going to be kind of a bait and switch and it's going to end up being about somebody else, or the character's going to be totally different from anything you've seen them in. And he is to an extent, but he still feels so much like Maul. His motivations are
Yeah.
still the same. And I think we are going to learn and grow with him over this time, especially with the new
Mhm.
additional characters. So let's do our updated, I'll say score or our
Rating.
updated rating for this
Ranking,
after
okay.
thinking about it for a few days. Has
Yeah.
anyone's ratings changed from, we all basically gave it an 8, well, Dan and I think gave it an 8.5 out of 10 for both
Yeah,
episodes.
8.5 out of 10.
And then what about you, fact checker? I think you
it
gave
was
it an 8.
8.25.
Yeah, you were 8.25.
Something.
Yeah,
I was
that sounds
slightly
right.
lower. Yeah.
Yeah, so what?
I'm still there. Yeah. 8.5 out of 10 is what we said on Monday. But for those that didn't hear us Monday, we gave I gave it a 9 out of 10 because we're going out of 10 Maul horns.
Maul horns, vestigial horns.
That's right. And then
That's right.
episode 2 is an 8, which is still good, but it wasn't the hype of episode 1. But if you count them together, it's an 8.5. It was a solid 2-episode start.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I think there's going to be a 10 somewhere in there and a 9.5. And if they can average this, that's pretty good.
I agree. I think it's a great starting point. I'm going to keep it on 8.5 as well
Nice.
because it's a great starting point, and I think we're leaving room for those 10s that you talked about, Dan. What about you, fact checker? Are you gonna?
I'm going to stick with the same.
I am all.
I wish, I could have rewatched it because maybe I would have tweaked it a bit, but I'll stay the same. 8.25.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. We're all keeping it the same. I think our initial reactions
Yeah.
were spot on. So let us know in the chat, guys, if your ratings have changed after
Or
seeing
girls.
it. Or girls. Sorry, guys or girls. Gonkers. I should say gonkers.
I'm thinking, yeah.
No, you're good. You're right. So let us know if it's changed for you, or if you're still giving it the same rating, or what your rating is. If you're new here, I see that we did have somebody else jump in.
Yeah, even subscribed already. Love
Well,
it.
thank you for jumping in and subscribing. What's the name? I
50 Thunder jumped in and subscribed.
and
thank
then
you so
The
much.
And then
Sabersmith.
We had the
also.
Sabersmith said animation is
Yeah.
going to be important moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like you know something.
Well, that reminds me of the spoiler Star Wars Santa gave at the end of his last.
That is true.
live
Do you know
stream.
something, Sabersmith?
But we
I
won't.
think
We
so.
won't spoil it. You got to go watch watch
That's
Star
right.
Wars Santa's
Star Wars Santa. Do you know it yet, Dustin?
Yes, it's.
I think I
I
told
think
you.
you told me, but
Okay, yeah.
I'm drawing a blank right now for some
If
reason.
you watch Star Wars Santa's last stream that he did before the Maul one, he dropped a nugget about the future of Star Wars.
Yeah,
a
so-
project at least.
And we'll let
Pretty
him
excited.
spoil that.
Yeah.
Definitely go over to his channel and check it
Mhm.
out. We don't want to spoil
Let
it
him know
here.
we sent you.
And
let
let him know.
Stay
If you-
on target.
If you go to
Sent
anyone else's channel and you subscribe, you
Let
like
him
their
know.
content, tell them that we sent you just for funsies.
Oof.
All right. But yeah.
Peak Obi-Wan scene 9.5 for that one part in episode 1.
Oh yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of people that were giving it 10s when we were
Yeah.
watching. Just-
Mine's the
I mean,
same, Hunter. I'm a man of certainty.
Yeah.
Well, what was your number? I'm trying
He
to.
gave it
recall.
a 10 out of 10 for the first episode. I don't know, but I can't
I thought he
remember the
said
second.
both. It was 10 out of 10.
Maybe both.
I think he was
no,
up there.
I think he dropped it, didn't he?
Okay.
I don't remember.
I don't
I don't
either.
remember. He's gonna have to let us know. But as he's letting us know, we do need to get to the spoiler
Yes.
segment.
Do I have like a nugget for spoilers? Did I ever have something?
We did back in the day, but
Did it say spoilers or
I
something?
think so. But
Ah, man, we're so rusty.
It's been a while.
It's been a
Let's
while,
see.
but-
Dusty.
I could play something. Let's go like the bicycle horn.
I feel like we're Maul at this point, getting back on the getting back into things.
Yeah, yeah, I
That-
know.
That maybe we can dive into more, but I'll just say that is one of my thoughts about this series is that, yeah, where we left off with Maul was he, just got his new legs and, was back in the groove, but he knew about all of, some of the plans from Sidious or Papa Palps and the Order 66, but he didn't know how it was all going to come together. And
Yeah.
then now it's all happened. So but he seemed so certain about where he's at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And yet he was certain, but he didn't really know about Order 66 and all of that stuff.
Well, he did.
He did, but
know
didn't.
in which the way, because it wasn't
Yeah.
ever fully expressed to him, which is
So-
interesting.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder.
And there was a lot. There's a big time gap there too.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just like, is his confidence not shaken because maybe he got a few things wrong there? I don't know. Maybe not confidence shaken, but like his trust diminished even more because of all of that.
Yeah. He's,
From the insights that he did know. I don't know. I
That's-
need to still process these thoughts, but
No,
that
that's-
was
that's
lingering
great.
in the back of my mind from our rewatch along.
It makes sense also for that trailer that we got too, where he started off with the I've mastered the Force and the
Yeah.
Force serves me.
Yeah.
Sounded like he was very uncertain of
Yeah,
himself,
yes,
and then
yeah.
was
Mhm.
moving into. So I think you're paralleling nicely with that,
Trying to.
and that makes sense. That makes sense.
Mhm.
We got a lot of comments coming in here.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Bismo jumped in.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bismo Jump Hunter gave his ratings where the first episode was 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10 was the second episode.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so he averaged out to what, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Bismo says, "Yo, I'm more interested in the ratings when all 10 are out." Yeah, great point, dude. If you're just jumping in, we did talk about that with the critics score. We do think most of the critics that
Have
are
seen 8.
have seen them.
8 out of
8?
10.
Oh, it's
Most people in the chat are saying 8 out of
they've
10.
seen 8 out of 10, not
which
the
makes
last
sense.
two.
They haven't seen the
Mhm.
finale.
Nice.
'Cause
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to spoil that.
Sure.
You want to save them even because you want them to watch the finale with everybody.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he says, Bismo says, "Though I don't care much about ratings, what's good to one might not be good to another." Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a great
so-
point.
That's
That's
fair,
what he's
for
always
sure.
got a fair take.
Subjective.
That's what I love about Bismo.
That's the
Again.
Bismo.
Nobody has seen all 10. He is reiterating that.
Okay,
Thank
yeah,
you,
yeah.
Bismo. Again, definitely go over to his channel, like, comment, subscribe. He's going to be live with us next week. All right, so come back then. Next Wednesday, we're going to be able to jump into all this stuff with
Yes.
Bismo, and we're going to have 2 more episodes down. I'm so looking forward to that.
Oh,
But
man.
as we go, we're going to jump into spoilers. I saw you had a cool spoiler
I
thing.
did. I didn't mean to spoil the spoiler screen, but I did it.
Let's do it.
It's
says
spoilers, so you can make a sound. Or what sound we want?
Bismo. Oh, wait. We need
No,
the...
we need something more ominous.
No, we need the...
That doesn't quite work.
What?
I've got like a Vader breath,
Ooh.
but that's not like.
Ooh, well, that could be a spoiler, and I do want to talk about that a little bit. That's
right.
one of the big things coming up.
It's official then. Spoilers.
Yep.
We need what we need for next time though, Dan, is
What?
the klaxon sound. The from
Oh.
the Empire klaxon sounds.
Empire.
Yeah,
that's
the alarm.
that's
Of
what-
Like
course,
the
that's what we
alarm.
need. I've got that somewhere.
Or a Wilhelm scream. I'm good with that too.
or all of it, an amalgamation of all
Oh,
of
boy.
it.
It's
all
gonna
at the
be
same
all
time.
that. It's gonna be a trailer in the middle.
What'd you call it? The klaxon sound?
I think it's called a klaxon. I think.
KLAXON
I don't know.
or CLASS?
It's just the Death Star.
I don't know
Just
why we're
kidding.
going so hard into this, but
Because
It's
it's Stay on Target.
KLAXON. Yeah.
We get nerdy about the most random stuff.
And distracted easily.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
fine.
yeah. Absolutely.
And we're in the spoilers.
The Sabersmith just called it the Death Star alarm.
Yeah,
Death
the Death
Star
Star
siren,
alarm. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we're going to jump into spoilers. So the first thing I did want to talk to everybody about, and we're going to circle back to what you were asking us, Hunter, about Ahsoka. He was asking about if Ahsoka's going to be in it.
Rex.
If Rex, if Papa Palps.
Papa Palps, yeah.
So we did get a name drop of Papa Palps.
Pretty early.
Pretty early
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, because that's his ultimate goal. And I like that they laid that out
Mhm.
for us quickly. Maul already established who he wants revenge on. This dude is always being supported by revenge. Like that.
Yeah.
That's always his goal at this point, is to get revenge and to conquer the galaxy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty straightforward with a lot of stuff. That's why he feels like a continuation of the character.
Mhm.
But the one big one that a lot of people are talking about and speculating on is, will Vader show up
Ooh.
and ring Maul's bell?
Whoa.
That's
Wow.
that's one.
They
Speaking
think-
of
really?
spoiler fists,
Yeah. Right.
one of the
Whoa.
theories out there
Okay.
is that, and I've heard it from multiple sources here, so that Vader's going to show up and that he is going to basically smack the heck out of Maul, and Maul's going to get away, but maybe that might be the scene where he's having to recoup himself,
Oh.
to
yeah.
build himself back up again, because,
Interesting.
and this is even spoilers for Rebels in some ways, is that, and a lot of the people are theorizing this, because in Rebels, Maul is, you can see he's visually nervous about Vader. He's visually nervous about Vader when he finds out that Vader's coming or could possibly have a conflict with Vader. So that's where a lot of people are speculating this might be the time we see Vader lay the smackdown on him. What do you guys think?
We saw. Oh, we didn't know. We never seen that. We never seen that.
No, we haven't seen him fight.
We saw him
Yeah.
skitter away in Rebels.
Yeah.
This is as close as we got. Okay. I mean, I'd be fine with that, dude. That's a spoiler. That's a potential. That's a hypothetical spoiler.
Yeah.
But
That could be further
Mm.
Yeah.
along in the story,
but
too.
nobody at this point has given him a beatdown in this show so far.
Oh, not even close.
No. Nowhere
Nobody's
close.
Nobody's even close.
Yeah.
Lawson, I mean, he
He
got beat up.
He got smacked in the head, knocked
Yes,
out immediately.
Yeah, he got gracefully allowed to live. By
the
Maul.
only one that he had to basically get away from was Master Dino Jedi, Riki Tiki Tavi. What's his name? I forget his
Nico
name.
Dico Daki.
Yeah.
Who are you talking
I
about?
don't know.
Eco. It's Eco.
The master.
Eco Diodaki.
Oh.
Eco Diodaki is the
Yeah.
master, the Jedi master, because he flipped the car
Mhm.
or the speeder.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then did like a sweet spin around just to show how powerful he was in the Force. That was cool. And then Maul had to use his weakness against him, which is the light side, having to save people every time. And then that allowed him to escape, and with his own Padawan as well. So, man, we're getting even more people in here. What's up, Carla? We see you there.
What's
What's
up?
up?
Easy.
Easy Edits. Thanks for joining in, man.
Sorry, I
We
lost it.
appreciate
Easy Edits.
everyone
I'm
jumping in here. And you guys
There
are
it
all
is.
giving great takes. We're trying to get as many comments as we can, but forgive us if we can't get to every single
Yeah, we
one.
like to call out people that we haven't seen, or when you join the chat, we'd love to highlight you.
And
'cause we
everybody who's
appreciate
been
you
here this
jumping.
whole time, you guys all have-
Marion
Yes, we love you all.
Delgado jumped in.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
What's up?
But it should for people over 18.
Ooh, okay.
It might have to be as the season goes on.
It's
You're right. It's
already
pretty
kinda
violent.
scary,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary. It's a violent.
Because
yeah.
it's rated PG-13, isn't it?
Was
Yeah,
it?
I believe so.
We
No,
should-
just
we-
PG.
just
I think
PG.
we've checked that.
Yeah, we did check it. I can't remember now.
I'll
off the
double
top.
check it.
Yeah,
Thank you,
TV.
fact
It says TV 12 plus, 13 plus. We'll look at Disney Plus right now.
Yeah.
Fact checker.
Yeah,
they're
I'm on
checking
it.
But man, do we think Vader's going to show up? Do you guys think Vader's going to show up and lay the smackdown on Maul? And chat, I want to hear from you
Yeah.
guys as well.
Yeah.
Gonkers.
One is yes, two is no.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Hey, we're getting-
Yeah, let's do it, Dave.
Yeah, one is
Okay,
yes,
one
Vader
is
will show up.
yes.
Two is
All right.
no.
It's
that
just
he's not
TV
gonna.
PG. So it's not even
That's it.
13.
What?
It
Wow,
should
so-
be 13.
You
I-
know, it's
I-
2026.
We're going back to the 80s ratings.
That's right.
Yeah, basically.
Deal with it, kids.
The Star Wars
Childhood trauma.
building up tough.
Yeah.
I think the reason they did that is because a lot of the levity they put in there, the side
Yeah.
goofy characters. But
Sabersmith thinks they fought in the comics.
that I think they did actually.
Ooh.
I think they did, but
But
I'm
do
not
the
100%
comics
sure. count.
Whoa, they exist.
They do, but actually, George Lucas has always said that the movies are the most canon, and everything kind of
Sure.
Right,
is
Hunter.
less canon.
He
from there.
got the smackdown by Palps.
Yes.
So this is
Oh.
one smackdown we did see in Clone Wars season
Yes.
5, I think.
Mhm.
Maybe it was 6, but he got destroyed. That's when, if you spoilers,
Yeah.
Palpatine killed his brother Savage in that fight.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was brutal, and then Maul kind of was like, brother, and then Palpatine was like, you're a weak sauce.
Yeah, Palpatine.
He's like,
he was begging.
Yeah,
Maul
he
was
was like,
begging.
don't kill me.
Yeah,
And
it was like the only time you see Maul beg.
and he
for
said,
blood.
you've been
Wow.
replaced. And then
Yeah.
it was later on that he pieced
Yeah.
it together who that was. And this is the revenge where he's going for. But no, he got smacked down, but he was allowed to live. Apparently, these evil villains love to let their other people live. Like Maul loves to let Obi-Wan go so he can chase him later. He loves to let Ben Lawson, what's his name?
He's
Ben
like a
Lawson?
cat playing with his toys.
Playing with his toys because he
Yeah.
knows he
Ooh,
can catch him
I
at any
like that.
time. But
You never
The
know who you might
confidence.
need to use later on.
Because that's
Yeah.
what he's about.
Scapegoat.
didn't
or
Obi-Wan
a
say something
friend.
about that? Your confidence in your friends is yours. That was
No.
that was Vader to Obi-Wan, wasn't it?
No, that's what the Emperor said to Luke.
Oh, okay.
Because Luke says to him
Oh.
that your overconfidence is your undoing, and then the Emperor says, your faith in your friends is yours, or something like that.
Yes.
It's pretty close.
But overconfidence is a common theme here from the Palpatine,
The dark
and
side.
the dark side. yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
because they rule with passion. They rule with, strength. Everything has to be the top notch. Otherwise, you're weak and you're a loser. So if you aren't thinking of yourself in that way, it gives you so much bravado and so much, I think, false confidence that when you do get smacked down,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard to get back up from that. So
Right.
Maul's already gone through it now at this point, like what, 3 times
Yeah.
we've seen
Man.
canonically? So
That's right.
That's why
he's-
you had to master the Force, and the Force serves him.
yeah, and
Must
that's why
be,
he has
yeah.
to say that
Mhm.
mantra to
Mhm.
himself to build himself back. I mean, it's funny because it's a parallel to Kenobi. Kenobi's the same way. Kenobi gets knocked down, and that's what makes him so great as a character.
Yeah.
Kenobi gets knocked down so many times, but always chooses to get back up and keep fighting. Maul's the same way. He gets, but he's just on the dark side of it. It's so funny. The two of those characters are so, and they wouldn't be who they were without each other too.
Peak Obi-Wan, you don't get smacked around, do you?
Yeah.
He did say that that sound is his wife's least favorite sound ever.
Oh no. So maybe we should
Let's see.
play it.
This one?
Oh, so you play it.
Well, I just want to see if it works. Oh, that's pretty loud.
That's really loud. Oh my
That's
goodness.
cool.
That's
R.I.P.
pretty scary.
headphone
All right.
users
All right,
and
good.
and Peak Obi-Wan's
It works.
wife. So sorry about
I'll
that.
turn it
Yeah.
down for the next trial, Ron.
Oh my goodness. But I also see people in the chat. Yeah, they're saying I'm seeing a lot of ones that Vader's going to show up.
Yeah, I know.
But
He's
and
actually
then
gonna show up.
Easy or as
Except
he
for Bismo.
edits, and Tamerkins and maybe others have said that there was a poster, a promo
leaked-
poster.
It was a leaked.
Oh, it was leaked.
promo
Interesting.
poster.
Showing Vader
Not-
and Maul.
But it's not necessarily sure if it's real or not. I don't think it's been.
Interesting. Well, of course they're
Tamerkin
not
says
gonna.
ears are bleeding.
No.
Rest in peace, my ears, says Hunter Davis.
Yeah, that was
Oh, man.
pretty loud.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry
I mean,
about that.
maybe it wasn't that loud, but it was pretty loud. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I like Bismo here, Fight the Fight. Oh, yeah. If you haven't listened to High Ground, we do have a song that we did in collaboration
I'll
with
try and link it.
Bismo, talking all about Obi-Wan. So it's great.
Great Granddaddy Palps
so-
impression.
yeah.
T- and Teague added, well, remember in
Yes.
Maul's Rebels,
it.
Maul implied that he can't take Vader on his own, which made sense why he was trying to get Force users on his side.
Yeah. And,
So he's-
and craft his weapon.
And then he said something about season 4, Rebels, the original end was supposed to be Vader, swapped out for Kenobi as it made more sense. So somebody must have said that in an interview.
Oh, interesting. I did
Kenobi
not know
offed
that.
him. Interesting. I haven't seen that. Oh,
That
maybe
is
you can let us
interesting.
know where that is so we can find that interview
Yeah.
or article.
Yeah, I'd
Didn't
love
know
to see
that.
that. Man,
Yeah.
you guys have such good stuff, and you guys are flying in the chat.
I know,
So
they're
good. I love to see it.
Locked and loaded.
We do have. We're gonna keep talking about a few more spoilers in the
Yeah.
show. We got to talk about a few other items and then move on from here. But so I think Maul is fantastic. He's great in this. He feels like such a great continuation, and the way they introduced him, I mean, was so epic. And with his cowl and everything, he's just a boss walking around destroying people. But I've heard a lot of comparison, which is great, to the Dark Knight. And I
Yeah.
can see that in a lot of ways, that he's
Knight?
the Joker. The
Knight.
Knight. Yeah. Yeah. And that he's kind of the Joker If you watch
I
The
could
Dark
see
Knight,
that. I
okay.
because
felt
he's
that.
the one who orchestrated the heist. He's the one. He doesn't care about the money. You don't even see the money
I
afterwards.
know
just-
that was interesting.
It was only to get the droid. It wasn't even
Yep.
the money. It was the
Yeah.
droid.
Yeah.
The money was just a side benefit, and that's exactly how. So I love the fact, even with when they're on the thing, the chase sequences look like that chase sequence with.
It did. The bus and the
yes,
the Batmobiles.
Yeah.
Yep, and them-
motorcycle.
and them scaling the rooftops for the heist type of deal. Not really the
Mm.
rooftops, going down the side of the building with the coils shooting across, which is kind of what happened. He was the
Yep.
mastermind behind it. Not even there. Although he didn't kill all of his people.
Yeah.
Spoilers for The Dark Knight if you haven't seen it. One of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. Definitely for
Agreed.
adults, not for kids.
Top 3 film of all time to Hunter Davis.
Yes, one hondo. But I do like those comparisons. The interesting thing here, because we know where Maul ends up, which we've talked about before, I don't like, but I can appreciate for what it is. But the other characters, I think we need to talk about a little bit more of these other characters that are
Yeah.
showing up. How are we feeling? Because Maul, we know, is awesome. He's great. You know?
Well, that's good, but we can't take that for granted.
No, for sure. I'm not.
No, but I'm saying because on so many shows, like they're like it's the Kenobi show, and
Yeah.
Kenobi's kind of weak sauce,
Mhm.
and it's the Ahsoka show, and some would argue that she was kind of the weaker part of the show, and so it's fine. It's finally nice to see like this is the Maul show, and he's rocking.
Yeah.
Now the rest, like you're talking about, are the What do they call them? Side characters
Assistant to the regional
Assistant
manager.
Assistant to the regional
Sorry, that's
manager?
all I can think of now.
Yeah.
And how do they stack up against him? Because as you know, the better the hero, the better the villain, the stronger the hero. Right?
Yeah, you need
Mhm.
something
So
to
so maybe
counterbalance.
now with an anti-hero like Maul or just a villain, he's just a villain.
Yeah.
You need some kind of hero light side character
Yeah.
to bring that opposite. And I don't think Devin is that.
No.
Is she,
No.
I don't know if she's gonna know.
We don't
She's
know what she
not.
is,
Is she
yeah.
gonna be that? Is that the next character you're gonna talk about?
Well, I was going to, but I think the protagonist of this story, in some ways, the good guy,
So far.
is the Lawson guy.
Lawson.
Even though he still seems a little gray in how he deals with things.
A little
Right.
bit. Like,
So-
yeah.
But I like his gray Lawsonness.
Yeah. I
Like,
like him so far.
I like that
Yeah.
he's
Two
keeping
boots.
I like that
Yeah.
he's keeping the empire
Words are hard, kids.
imps. He's
The
keeping
imps.
them
Oh,
imps
no.
out.
Yeah. That's what we
Mhm.
call them.
You know, because he wants to deal with it locally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
And there
know,
might be a bigger plot to that. That's one of the things we're
That's true.
speculating is
Yeah.
his wife
Mm.
with the Empire?
ISB, you mean?
ISB,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what a lot of people are speculating, that maybe, or we were speculating at least, that his wife is possibly with the Empire and why he doesn't want to get them involved so he doesn't have to deal with that awkward situation.
Mhm.
Also, just bringing the Empire in any situation, they're just going to come in and it's just
Yeah, it's
going to
a
be their
mess.
show and it's probably going to be a mess and then you're
Mhm.
going to have to answer everything to them. Things just get worse, I feel like. And maybe he knows that at this point, but it's very early on with the Empire. So there's not
Yeah.
a lot of well-known quantities because it's only a year after
Right.
they've taken over.
So maybe they don't exactly, the local governments or police force don't exactly trust the Empire
yeah.
Yeah.
leadership just yet, or at least the structure isn't all in place, or still,
Well,
Well-
who do they call? Do they call the ISB
Ghostbusters.
like hotline? You know, who do they?
yeah.
What's the hierarchy? Because they had to
Uh-huh.
establish a new
Yeah,
hierarchy
exactly.
with the Empire, or is it just like Palpatine wants to get all the messages and then he'll tell who to deal with, or is it Vader get? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how high of a level is this problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would I don't think it would be the ISB. It would probably be the local Imperial,
Yeah.
command person. Somebody
Although
in there. We don't know exactly where this planet is either.
Janix.
Or
Yeah.
maybe you do.
I
Outer
don't
Rim.
know specifically. There's
But
so many planets,
I
it's hard
digress.
to tell. But they have said that this city is a mix between like Gotham, a few different. Now I can't remember. Of course, you guys in the chat know.
Well, and the
Same out.
Underworld shows that
Under-
they had, was it 7? What was the numbers for the Underworld show? There was like a
13 Star Wars 1313.
it was kind of Coruscant based.
Yeah.
Was that Coruscant Underworld?
That was Coruscant, the deeper levels of Coruscant.
Okay.
That was technically Boba Fett, but still had that same feeling to it. But it's
Yeah.
like a noir film style with
Right.
this detective side. You got like the Joker going over here, and I know Teague put in there, it kind of references a few other movies like Blade Runner, which is
Mhm.
what we talked about for sure. There's a lot of influences in this, and that's what's fun, and that's great in Star Wars. Star Wars is an amalgamation of a lot of things, even the original one.
Right.
So it's fun to pull from all those different areas and really put it into one. I think they're doing it nicely. Sometimes you can do it wrong. This is done right, especially with that animation style. But
Right.
I see a lot of people in the chat talking a bunch of different characters. Mid-rim.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so it's not
mid-rim.
too far out.
That's
It's not
helpful.
the outer. That is helpful. Thank you, Teague.
Thanks,
But
Teague.
yeah.
And I did want to circle back to what Teague was talking about earlier in
Thank you,
regards
yeah.
to the Empire, Dan. He, at the very beginning, even before
Yeah.
we started the show, had
I
some
loved
great
it.
points on it. And he was saying that Maul, it makes sense for Maul to start off small because he doesn't want to
It's
attract.
like a strip mall,
Yeah. not
not a full mall.
not a full mall.
Just kidding.
Not the Mall of America.
Yeah, there you go.
Not the Mall of Coruscant.
Or
I found the
Or
comment.
Janix.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, so he has some. Yeah, you can read it. Go ahead.
Makes
Dan.
sense for Maul to start at the bottom as it won't ring the alarm. Bunch of low-level syndicates offing each other, not an issue. Same logic applies to.
No,
That's,
I
that's
think that was it was kind of referencing something earlier as
yeah,
well.
applies
Mhm.
to
It
the other
applies as
stuff.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because he doesn't want to attract the attention yet
Yeah.
of Papa Palps because he
But
knows
this
he's
might
not ready.
Yeah, right. And he's probably playing that gamble. It's
Yeah.
like technically somebody did tell Lawson you should call. It was that chick that told him you should call the
Yeah.
higher ups.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this
well,
technically already
Two
did-
Boots. No, Two Boots
Two
kept
Boots?
saying over and over again,
Oh.
should I alert the Empire? And he's like, no, not yet. No, not yet. I think that's into his programming type of thing that they program a lot of
That's
droids
true.
to do that. The
Just
only,
like AI.
and the other speculation, it might have been Nick that was speculating on this, that whenever he ran that facial recognition scan of
Oh yeah.
Maul, that might, and then it came back confidential, or what was the word? I forget, but classified. Came back classified, but that might have sent a ping basically to the ISB, and
True.
that still might get the ISB there, or at least get the Inquisitors, which we know are coming.
Yep.
Which I'm
Mhm.
excited for.
We
that.
do know the Inquisitors are coming,
I'm very
so
excited for that.
dude, and we're still convinced that maybe like the wife is ISB, maybe she knows Deidre, and maybe Deidre and Cyril are gonna show up in animated.
we go.
Aw.
It's a cross pollination from the other highest Rotten Tomatoes show.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
close to
Ooh,
it. Is
that'd
that
be
the second
clever.
one? Is that what we said? Was Andor second? No, Rebels was
No.
second at 98.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rebels. And oh, I have it here.
So far, Maul was in Rebels though, so that's 2 out of the top 2 Star Wars.
Sam Witwer.
Sam Witwer.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Sammy Witt.
Wow.
But
Other
yeah, go ahead.
comments
Fact
just
checker.
quickly on Lawson. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Tmerkin said she's liking the cop vibe of
Yeah.
the
Oh,
show so
yeah.
far. Bismo agreed.
Yeah, I like it too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's. I didn't think we would get so much quality there.
My question with Lawson, though, just to point out this detective thing, is he a Harvey Dent or is he a Jim Gordon?
I think that's why I'm like
yeah.
nervous
gonna
about
turn?
liking him so much.
Yeah, is he going to turn and join
Yeah.
Maul or join something else?
Is that
Or
why you're saying that he's kind of keeping them away because he wants to see where he can fit in?
Well, normally detectives don't want a lot of outside because it
Yeah.
messes up their methods, and
Yeah,
they don't want to
absolutely.
have call
It
attention. to things.
overcomplicates
Yes.
what they've already
Right,
got to
right.
figure out.
Like local investigations, and the FBI comes in and kind of muddles like, "We'll take over from here."
Yeah, but
and
if
you're
you-
like, "But
If you have a dude who's wrecking your entire precinct,
I know, right? He literally walked
I
into
know.
the
think
prison.
that maybe you'd want some backup
some
since
help.
he killed like
yeah,
a ton of people.
and
there.
the weapons that they had, like dudes who got like tasers, and that one Zabrak's got this giant
Dude, that
Yeah,
thing's
like
so
machine
heavy
sweet.
gun
cannon, and he's just
yeah.
mowing people down. I'm like,
Mhm.
this isn't some like petty
Voiced by Steve Bloom,
Steve
the guy
Bloom.
who did Gareth Zabarelius.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Sounds so right too. I love
Yep.
that.
Yeah, that's
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to
fantastic.
keep going.
Mumbo Jimbo said after the events of episode 2, I think Lawson is going to have to call the Empire. I think we'll get the Inquisitors in either episode 3 or 4. I think that's probably accurate because of that jail heist.
Yeah, and I think, or it might be the mid finale type situation, which might be 4.
Well,
I guess.
and Lawson, did he end the episode knocked out?
no, Lawson.
Did we see him after he got knocked out? I don't think
yeah,
we did.
no, we did because he went and saw that chick. They were talking about like Clone Wars stuff and things that happened in the past.
I thought that was before that.
No, because
Okay.
Maul had already attacked the precinct.
Oh, that's right,
And got
yeah.
knocked out because that was the very beginning of episode 2. So we saw him
You didn't
afterwards.
have to go to the hospital or anything?
And he went home. Remember? So they were
Oh,
showing the
yeah,
home
that's
life
right.
a little bit.
I thought it was
baseball
before,
stuff.
but you're right.
It was after, I believe. Anyway, I think maybe I'm wrong, but
think
I'm
you're
pretty
right.
sure that's when it
It's
happened.
like, tough day at the office.
Right.
Knocked out by a Sith Lord again.
Yeah, right. I
was
know.
Like, wait, in the precinct?
like, yeah, isn't that a big
Kid's
deal?
like, he's like, I just want to play ball, Dad. He's
Yeah.
like, bro, I almost died by
Yeah.
a dude with a double-sided lightsaber.
Laser sword.
Laser sword.
All right. Well, we can keep talking about all this so much, and I want to, but let's just say, who's your favorite other than Maul? Who's your favorite character so far? And I know a lot of people in the chat have been putting that, so I wanted to get our take here. Dan, who's your favorite character other than Maul?
I'm
so
appreciating Two Boots. Every time I hear the name Two Boots, it makes me happy
far? It's
already.
fun.
And then I kind of like that droid thing. Somebody said the
You
name.
only pick one.
I can only pick one.
You can only pick one.
So who's my favorite character other than Maul?
Yes.
It's probably Lawson.
Okay. Yeah. He's the.
Yeah. I think that's who everybody in the chat's kind of gravitated to.
I think so with his
So
hair.
far,
Did you
but-
see how he slicked back his hair in that
Yeah,
one
he's got
scene?
the hair.
That's
You know,
pretty-
he was
Oh,
pretty
man.
boss.
Cool.
He just like jumped behind. He chased him down, and
He wasn't afraid to go after
Yeah.
him. He
there's
was
a.
very bold.
I just feel like the cast of characters, as I think back on them, having only seen it once, is very good. Like they've established good ranges of characters, supporting characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and Lawson is becoming a strong protagonist.
yeah.
His son, there's a complication there. You know, of course he wants. I like the father-son dynamic, though. Maybe he can figure out how to work with his son and
Yeah.
be present more or whatever. He wants to go play ball or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm game for Lawson and following his story opposite of Maul.
I agree. What about you, fact checker?
I don't know. I don't want to say the same answer, so I need a second to
You
think.
can. It's fair. It's whatever. It's your personal opinion.
Yeah, maybe. But go ahead. You first.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need another second.
So I
Yeah,
know a lot of people
Spybot,
are
that's what
putting
it is.
Spybot, which he probably made me laugh the most.
Mhm.
Other
Yeah.
than, I will say, again, to be a little different than Dan, because Lawson's good, but he has not really struck me. I'm not excited about him yet. That's the thing. He's just kind of there for me at the moment. I think
He
he
did
a good
make
job.
you laugh though in that.
He did. He did.
You doing all right?
He's still likable, but not my favorite yet. I think he will develop to be close to that. I actually liked
Oh.
the
Vario.
Vario.
Ah.
I thought
Okay, yeah.
Vario was hilarious and clever, conniving, but just the way they even made him as a character was interesting to watch, and how crazy he was. That dude was nuts in some ways. Whenever he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
his voice, he's so full of himself. He was just the fun levity I think the show needed, and the guy who voiced him did an excellent job. And with his suit, the way he jumped off of the rolling speeder onto the other speeder and used a torch, that was sick.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude's not scared, and it was fun. It was fun to watch him.
And it's because he reminds you of who?
The Joker.
No, it doesn't. Isn't that the little fish guy?
Oh yeah,
You're-
from yeah, it is. It is yeah. From
I mean,
the
initially,
movie-
you and Nick were both
That's right.
talking about.
yes, from the movie, from the fantastic movie,
Yeah.
Megamind.
Megamind.
Because he's the same style in some ways as Megamind's best friend.
Slash, they become enemies. and then
Yeah,
we get-
but they're friends throughout the whole thing. Which now I'm gonna forget his name. What's the character's name?
I have no idea, but he's got a good name and a
And
good
he's
actor,
hilarious.
voice actor played
Yes.
him. And Vario's voice acting is good too.
Yeah, he did a great job. So
Okay.
I'd say Vario for me. Although Spybot is a close second.
Yeah.
We just haven't seen enough of the other characters for me to really get attached. Although I do think Devin's probably going to end up being great, and Lawson as well.
Yeah.
And Two Boots. But what about you, fact checker? Since I gave you some more time here.
Ah, dang it. I still don't know. I don't know.
You
Do I need someone else?
You
I
can
might
say
You don't have to,
Lawson.
just say Lawson.
Everybody in the chat seems
Yeah.
to agree that Lawson's number 2 after
But I'm
Maul.
trepidatious or whatever
Oh, don't be
Trepidatious.
trepidatious.
about him. So like I
Boosh
like
Kadoo.
him for sure. I like
Yeah, I know.
I like
a
him
great
more than
line.
I expected to. But then because of that, I'm nervous.
Like they're tricking you into
Yeah.
thinking that he's somebody.
I don't want to fall into their trap.
Exactly. So
And his
I'm
name
No.
is Lawson.
1,000%
Yeah.
overthinking it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
I just want to stick with Maul.
Okay.
No, I said
I know,
Anybody but Maul.
I know.
Okay.
Do you like the other Zabrak, maybe?
What is Spybot?
Spybot was well, but he
funny.
was bad. I don't know that
The
I
re-
like him.
the reason
no.
Spybot-
Two Boots?
Spybot was so good though
Yeah.
is because he's voiced by David Collins, which is one of
Yes.
Okay.
Sam Witwer's really good friends, and they have so much fun together.
That's
And it's
cool.
just great that those two are together again because he played David Collins played the robot in The Force Unleashed, where Sam Witwer was the main character in that film,
That's
and his
funny.
best friend was a robot. Oh, it's just that's symmetry.
You
again.
should
I
do
love
a quick poll because
yeah.
people are saying
Okay.
their favorite other than Maul.
Okay.
I think
sounds
I think
good.
Spybot's gonna win it, to be honest,
Yeah.
based on what I'm
Yeah.
seeing.
Well, because I still want to pick someone else that hasn't been focused
What
on.
about Ricky Tikki Tavi? Did you like Ricky Tikki Tavi? The
No, definitely
Jedi
not.
frog?
No, he wasn't. The frog, the lizard. No, definitely not.
Dino Jedi?
No, I'd say the son, Riley
Yeah,
Lawson, because he was simple
Riley,
and he just wanted to play.
he just wanted to play tennis.
squash or whatever. What do you think he was playing?
No, it was lacrosse.
Lacrosse,
Star
yeah.
Wars
mixed with-
lacrosse
yeah.
is what
So
we're
there,
thinking.
he had 2 seconds on screen. He's my second favorite.
Wow, you would say that. If Nick was here, he'd be roasting you right now. But we,
He'd probably
we-
agree with that one for just because.
no, he
Skylark's
We'll do another
protecting you.
poll.
wouldn't.
All right. So
All
so which one's Spybot, Lawson?
Yeah, Spybot Lawson.
Some people are saying the Zabrak's name, which is
Oh yeah, they did name him.
nope. They said it in the chat here. These people
Here.
know this stuff. Icarus says the
Icarus.
Sabersmith.
Yeah.
Sabersmith also said they released a
A wrecker. Yeah, they have all the characters.
Should we say Devin then as the other one or Vario
Or yeah, I'd say Vario,
or
but
2 Boots? Can only do 4.
yeah,
mhm.
there's no Scorn is the one. Well, no, Scorn's one of them. Is the one with I think the knives and
yeah.
Icarus or Icarus is the one with the knives. Scorn is the one with the minigun.
Oh,
I think a lot-
Scorn is the one with the minigun.
Yeah.
So is that the one played by the guy that played
Yes.
Zeb Aurelius?
Yep, Steve Bloom
Okay.
or Blum, whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, and
Right.
Icarus.
Why
is
did
played
Maul
by-
spare him but Bismo? Bismo, it's because he's a nice guy. Why does everybody got to think Lawson's doing something bad?
Well,
His
I don't know if it. I think it's more
second
of
favorite
a,
is Hunter or is Devin. Sorry, that's interesting.
Yeah,
All right,
she-
I'm gonna put Devin. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
put
put
Devin.
Devin. Yeah, that makes sense. She is one of the main characters of the show.
Yeah.
But I think I honestly think he kept him alive again, not to draw too much attention from the Empire. And again, he might have a means to an end. He understands a little bit of the balance of the city. This guy, I think Lawson might be in on some of the crime because this place is a corruptible place. It feels like there's a lot of crime going on. He obviously
Yeah.
knew who Demas was. He knows who Vario was. He knows them personally, it sounds like. So is he not possibly in on it, or
Yeah.
can be the liaison between it all to help make sure that Maul's empire goes smoothly, and he needs somebody like that? That's kind of the feeling I'm getting with that. So
Yeah, Biggles said most excited with the dynamic between Maul and Devin as well, and how that's going to play out. I wanted Ezra to go dark so bad. I mean, we all kind of were like, "Is this going to happen with Ezra?"
yeah, and that's a great question actually. Do we think, because they've said that they don't,
We
which
don't
way do
know.
we think it's
Right.
going to go? Do you think that she's going to go dark and then come back to the light? Or do you think she'll stay on the light? Or
Right.
do you think she's going to go fully commit Darth Talon? Which one? Of those 3 options, go dark, come back to the light, stay light, or go completely dark, Darth Talon? Which one do you guys think? If you
I-
had to choose between all those.
As of right now, it's like I still need more information.
I know.
Yeah.
But right now, I think it's all like you would think she's going to go dark.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm leaning towards.
But what was
too.
the 2 options of dark? Like dark forever or dark?
So yeah, dark and then comes back to the light,
Oh,
or there's stays light, or goes full dark.
well, I will.
There might be a 4th option.
I
which
think the
is,
Switzerland is dark and then comes back to the light. So I'll say that.
or
one.
she finds a happy medium, or she becomes a true
Gray
gray
Jedi like
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
like Ahsoka or
Yeah, we
Maul,
don't need
but-
any more of those. We just
We
be
don't
dark.
need any
Just
more of
be either
those.
good or bad.
Yeah.
Bismo says 1,000% dark.
Wow.
Okay.
Setting up early as episode 1. She listened to her master immediately gets arrested. It's true, but the master's a putz.
Okay. Yeah. Well, careful. Hang on. This guy, everybody, we like to roast this guy, but he really is following. I mean, he's trying to be good. That's the funny thing. We're like, this guy's a loser, lamewad.
Just this.
And he's following the law, not wanting to steal.
It's just because he's
and
moving
trying to
slow and
trying to-
not stopping
No,
her.
it's not what you say. It's the intention and the teaching behind it.
Yeah.
And how he's communicating with his Padawan. She obviously doesn't trust him because
Yeah.
she's
Something
giving
there.
out.
Well, she
Bad- she's
disobeys
like-
him immediately.
No,
Yeah.
she's like, we should steal it.
Yeah.
Okay, if he was teaching her correctly, she wouldn't even say that. She would already know that was the wrong thing.
So you're saying there's pre-existing problems.
I'm saying he's
Yeah.
a bad teacher because she shouldn't have even said that. Or she's just already dark. And you know what I'm saying? Like she's already messed up. Like Anakin was. You know, like Anakin's like Obi-Wan's like, Anakin, why are you like why are you gonna go kill all those people? I know that you're angry, but like you know what I mean?
right.
But he did that Obi-Wan didn't know about that by killing the Tuscans and all that.
yeah.
But you know, it's like I think he's not that great of a teacher so
Well,
far.
Well, I don't know. I'm not fully convinced on that side. He feels a little Yoda-like, which could be his downfall, which, well, let's be real. It's going to be his downfall, right?
Yeah.
But the problem, I think, is that her view has been changed. She's not as solid with the Jedi and the Force because she's a youngling at this point, a Padawan. He's been through it, but they just went through a very traumatic situation, which was Order 66.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
she is adapting to that. And I think she is working through that. Basically, all of her friends, everybody she's known, the galaxy as a whole, she's having a really hard time with that. And I think he's trying to be the rock for her to be like, no, we need to stay the good path, fight the good fight in some ways. I think the problem is she's going through some tougher times and he doesn't know how to relate with her on that. And
Exactly.
And
He's
that,
a bad master.
well, in some
He's
ways
bad.
he could be, but also he's trying to be
They're just surviving,
solid
maybe.
because, well, what should he say there? Should he say, yeah, this one time, let's steal the fruit?
No, you take it as a teaching moment. Yes, beyond what he said. I'm just saying they
Yeah.
gave him the thinnest lines on purpose
Right.
to make her mad enough. I'm not saying like he couldn't be good, but the fact that he's following the Jedi code still after what happened to Order 66, he's like, well, we'll just move about as if nothing ever happened.
Right.
You know, it's like maybe we need to like, okay, because other people are traumatized now. She maybe lost her master and he picked her up. So
It
now
could be.
she's jaded
Yeah.
and she's like, I don't trust these Jedi because look what happened. My other master got killed because he was sticking to his, you know, whatever he knew.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I feel like he's not communicating with her. Maybe they haven't been together that long, and you're right. She's got issues, but you know what I'm saying? I think he's just a little thin on his advice, like not convincing her. She's like, screw you. I'm going to go steal it.
And also, they could have run and got away.
Mhm.
So there's that. And also, he kind of ran and got away, but it was after he helped some people. He didn't.
Right.
He didn't do something
He
that he
disappeared.
shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I don't-
He was having her own up to her mistakes. Is
Yeah.
what he was doing, and
Mhm.
trust the Force and the system.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is
and so-
dangerous because we trusted the Force in the system, and most of the Jedi died. So-
Yeah.
Right. But see, Obi-Wan would have come back for Anakin. Like he would have done
Even
everything.
Still,
Yeah, he would have talked to the council.
but it's a different time.
It's a
different era,
slightly different
though.
time. They have more authority. It's true. But I'm saying, like, he doesn't have any authority to talk to. He can do whatever he wants. Maybe the right thing to do to save her is to go actually save her, not let the people die, but like do more work. He's just kind of standing in the street, blah blah blah, like while she's
He's making it seem like her opinion and her
Yeah.
what she's going through is not valuable. That
I
and,
think-
and it's too distant.
I
for
said
her.
it at the beginning.
Yeah.
I think he was like, finally got rid of that dead weight. And I think he's
Wow.
moving on.
But he's literally just sitting there contemplating, and I think he's sensing the
Yeah.
Force and where it's going. And he did show up to
Yeah.
Mhm.
rescue her. I mean, he didn't have to do that. So
But he didn't
I'm
do
just,
a good job at it.
I just think it's funny though. I'm just saying it's funny that we're like they've got us. I mean, great writing. The way they did it is great, and we
Yeah.
all see the writing on the wall. But it's just funny that the good guy, we're already like,
I
that
know.
guy's an idiot. He
I know.
sucks.
It's just
I hate
another.
him."
It's just another.
We're all dark
Dogmatic
side.
views of the Jedi.
Yeah, because that's how
Led
the
to your
empire.
downfall.
That's how they fell. You know, it's like
Oh, Maul.
They didn't learn anything, and would give us another one, and
Yeah.
they're just gonna like step in it again.
Yeah.
It's like that's why you're gonna lose again, Mr. Dico Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Ricky Tavi.
You know, it's like Devin's gonna do what she's gonna do, and we're gonna blame you, Ricky Tikki Tavi, because
Yeah.
you didn't communicate well enough. You should have gotten this thing figured out way before she's starting to steal fruit, bro. Like, find some food before she starts getting to the point of absolutely
Yeah.
starving.
Get a job, dude.
That's what I said. I'm like,
Get
Yeah.
a job.
you know, or help somebody. You help somebody first,
Yeah.
and they help you
They're
back.
generous.
So like, look, we're doing the right thing as Jedi. Prove that you can go and like help somebody else in need, you know, by giving them, cleaning their thing, and then they will share what they have with you. That's how it goes. That's how Ahsoka kind of did it with the two sisters.
Yeah, I mean,
even
that's
though-
how, what's his name did it in the Jedi Fallen Order. He got a job. He
Yeah.
was working on things, trying to lay low.
Yeah,
be
they just haven't
inconspicuous.
given it. You're right. They just haven't given him enough
Yeah, and
meat behind why he's doing what he's doing. So they kind of make him appear like a paper thin Jedi, kind of fall in the same dogmatic views. So that's why I'm upset with him, because that's what they're portraying in the show.
and
Maybe he could turn around and do something epic.
and my point to that is just the fact that they've written it so well. that
Yeah.
we're
Exactly.
we're already that way. So really, it's not a con. I find it
It is funny.
humorous
Yeah.
Mhm.
that they've done a good job at that. I mean,
Exactly.
that we're all on the same page with this. All
They've
of
The
us.
rule of
Twisted
two has
us.
taken over
Yeah,
all
it
of
really
us.
has. We're like,
Get rid of
immediately.
that guy. I would have thought he would already been dead, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
but
was
we
like-
know there's more scenes because we've seen it in the trailer.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's
with him
starving
and her.
himself to death, so he's
Yeah.
almost there.
Bro needs some. Maybe he's just like low sugar.
I'm gonna
you know? He
need
needs a
more
snack.
than universe juice.
Yeah.
name
Force.
name that quote.
Oh,
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
one.
Okay.
Bismarck also says, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Right.
We're all on that page. Like first 2 episodes, we're all on that page.
Right. It's
I
been
love
a-
it. It's great
It's
writing.
been a year. Maybe they should go get a job like the rest of us.
Yeah,
Trusting
exactly.
the Force to lead the girl to the dark side, technically.
Yeah.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
Yep.
These are great points. You guys, again,
know.
Gonkers,
They're on
you guys are
fire.
so on fire tonight. Thank you, everybody,
I'm
for
still
watching.
hoping that one of these comics for the show gives us an issue that covers the backstory of Devin. And then
The Master.
Sabersmith said something about a comic that just dropped.
Yeah, another comic just today
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
I didn't see
that
that
went
one.
into more something. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, she's a.
Mhm.
I don't know if
The
she, but
companion.
Sabersmith is a comic aficionado. So
Yeah,
Nice.
she's
there's
awesome.
more in that story. So we could probably fill in some of the gaps that we haven't. Maybe.
But-
she'll get twisted. Maul's a great talker.
Yeah, so there's so much greatness to these first 2 episodes. We could talk for hours on this. We do need to move on, get going here soon. Unfortunately, I will say we're not doing a members-only stream tonight. Just want to throw that out there because we are doing 2 streams this week and for the next 5 weeks. 4 weeks after this week. We're not doing as much member stuff. So, but thank you to all you members out there. Still join up. It's less than a candy bar a month, and it goes right back into the channel. And thank you everybody who's done super chats, and for everybody who's been here tonight talking Maul, Star Wars, everything. It's been so much fun. I love talking Star Wars. I love that we get to talk about something positive.
You think
again
we
in
could get
Star
Sam
Wars.
Witwer on the show?
I would do
Whoa.
almost anything to get Sam Witwer on this show.
Would
We
you
need
turn to the dark
DM
side?
him then.
I might turn to the dark side.
Yeah.
I
I
would
Dan,
watch
you're already
the
there.
I would watch
According
the
to Hunter.
Acolyte.
According to Hunter, I know that's so funny.
I'd watch the Acolyte again
Oh,
to get him on.
Whoa.
That's how
That's
serious I am.
pretty serious.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That would be amazing. We got to
Maybe
find one
even
of
The
those.
Last
We got to
Jedi.
get one of these media pass things that when they interview these people, we got
Yeah.
to get one of them. We could watch all 8 episodes.
We're two in the middle. They don't I think they've seen our channel. Someone from there
Nah,
has
man.
seen our channel and been like, these guys aren't
You
quite.
just fill out a form, dog. We just
Yeah.
fill out a form. That's why Lawson didn't actually want to call the Empire, because think of the paperwork.
That's the problem. It's the paperwork.
Oh, poor Lawson.
But yeah, there's sorry, go ahead.
What was our answer in the chat to the vote?
Yeah, that was what I was
We got to
gonna go.
get to
Thank you.
that. And then did we speculate much on where we're going in the next episode or two?
Well, we have
No,
with
not really.
Vader.
A little
Oh,
bit
the
of
next
Vader.
2 episodes. That's true. I don't know.
But yeah, okay. I'm gonna end the poll in
Uh-oh.
3, 2, 1.
All right, who's everybody's favorite character? other than-
Lawson.
Lawson.
Yeah, but Spybot was close.
Lawson wins it.
But
What's the
Lawson.
percentage?
56 Lawson, 38 Spybot,
Oh, wow.
6% Devin, 0 Icarus. So,
Okay, poor
okay.
Icarus. He flew too close to the
Flew
sun.
too close to the sun. Oh, man.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bigglesman, that's what we really need to do if we want to if
Oh,
we want to
no.
get
Bigglesman.
He knows how it works.
He knows how it goes.
I don't know, but I mean, we can shill for Maul. show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
It
think
was
we
a
already are on
Bigglesman
it.
that said he is
The number one
shill for Maul.
Maul
That's
shill.
right. So
That's
maybe
right.
Bigglesman's got a contact.
There
You
we
can get
go.
a hold of him and get.
Teague says this season cost everything.
Yes.
It feels more like that though. It feels more
does.
like a Luthen style
Yes.
intrigue and detective noir stuff going on. I love that. The kind of the behind the scenes stuff. They're playing in the shadows. I mean, that's what Luthen did.
Yeah.
Luthen did.
Wow.
It's okay. I'm an adult. But yeah, and so let's speculate a little bit on episode 3 and 4, what we think we're gonna get in episode 3 and 4. We'll speculate on that, and then we gotta jump on out of here because it's getting late.
I
Actually,
know, it's crazy.
we had a little
Time
bit more
flies.
news, and maybe we'll cover it quickly at the end. But man, we're just having so much fun talking Maul. It's hard not to because there's so much to digest, so much to go into.
Yeah, we
so many
barely
references.
scratched the surface.
Yeah, for sure. So let's speculate a little bit on episode 3 and 4. What do you guys think is coming for episode 3? Fact checker.
Because,
What's
well,
your
we just
thoughts?
left Devin. She broke out from the reverse side of the
Yeah,
prison drilling thing.
which
whatever.
I heard a good take on that.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
then I'll let you-
yeah.
I'll
no,
let
you
you
tell
keep
me
going.
because I don't know where I was going.
Well, because finally, at the end of that episode, he tells her, he's basically like, it's time for you to see what the galaxy is really like,
Yeah.
basically, for what it is. And that's kind of what I was using in the intro here. But so then she tries to open the lock and fails
Which was weird.
just to realize that it's a different perspective that and it's such a Maul like interesting way to do it because she wasn't trapped this whole time, kind of, because it's just the whole thing is just pushed up against the wall. And she
Mhm.
realizes that whenever she sees the crack and she's like, wait a sec, I've been looking at this the complete wrong way. And then she uses the force to push the cage out so she can escape, which is kind of what Maul is trying to teach her.
Hmm.
Don't lock yourself in the cage. Free your mind to see the bigger picture so you can get out of the trap that might be the Jedi.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That was
I like
pretty
that.
good.
That is pretty good.
I'm kind of amazed. I just went through all that.
We should
But-
clip that. That was pretty good. Yeah.
That's
that
a
was
clip right there.
the depth is overwhelming.
I don't always say good things, but wow, that one was actually decent.
Bigglesman said you cooked with that.
Thank you. That's what I love about the show, the intrigue. That part actually, I put that part down a little bit because they swelled it so much. The music, like she was like,
You're like, is something special supposed to be happening?
yeah. But the more I thought about it, and the more I
Uh-huh.
got some other people's takes online about it as well,
Genius.
they were like, it opened up my mind, and I was like, that's why they did that. It was a lot more. There was more metaphor stuff going on than there was actually physically happening. So
Dustin's
Wow.
like, hold on a second.
yeah,
The real reason for her getting out the back door is because that's the right way to go.
that's the right way. She's freeing her mind.
She's freeing her mind. Yes, the front door's locked. Maybe she's not strong enough to open it. All you gotta do is shove down the back wall of your house and you're good.
You moron.
They never would see it coming.
You gotta think outside the box.
Outside the
Gotta
box.
blow one of the
She-
sides out.
Maybe she could have freed herself from that prison cell originally.
Yeah.
You know? Oh my goodness. Nailed it,
Oh.
says Peak Obi-Wan.
Thank you, Peak Obi-Wan. You nailed it with that name, Peak
Ooh.
Obi-Wan.
And then-
Tamerkins. Okay, yep. Mind blown. You cooked with that, said Bigglesman. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, what do you guys think about that with Devin? That was kind of the ending there. So
That makes more sense. It makes me happier now. When I
Yeah.
rewatch it, I'm going to think about that and the symbolism because I'm sure they thought about the symbolism.
oh yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the problem is we haven't got a ton of intelligent Star Wars
No, it's been a while
other
since
than
Andor.
Andor,
Yeah.
I'll say, for the most part. Although there were parts of cleverness in Rebuild the Galaxy that I enjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so
But
much.
not
And
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew,
And Skeleton
had
Crew.
some solidness.
But not exactly like deep thinker, like Stranger Things, not the last season, but Stranger Things level like intrigue into trying to figure things out with all the clues, the context clues they're giving you.
Yeah.
This felt, not that we're quite there, but it felt more intelligent of a show, that there's a lot more going on, even the symbolism with the shadow work that they're doing and how Maul walks up to the thing and they show the shadow overtaking Devin, and a lot of people are like, that's his corruption, he's starting to corrupt her. Dan, you got something. What do you got? I like the intelligence side of it. At least they're thinking about those things. It feels
No,
like.
I appreciate that. I'm not picking it up all the time, but
Well, because we haven't been talking.
I know.
You know, we haven't been viewing things like
I
that.
guess
We're dumbed down.
We're trying to
dumb now.
we're trying to ramp back up to look for this stuff. This is why Filoni was so great because he would bring stuff together in this animated world that we're like, what? That's that person, and that's why we're like, maybe Ahsoka could show up, maybe Cyril and Deidre could show up, maybe some of these other things all connect.
Yeah.
And they're talking about the Shadow Syndicate, and we've seen these things. They all work back in a ton of shows.
Yeah.
If you've seen them, they pay off.
A good continuation. So where do we think? Sorry, I went off there. And I was kind of talking about the end with Devin. But where do you think episode 3 is gonna start off, and where we're gonna go in episode 3 and 4? Dan, where do you think it's gonna go?
Oh man, I think it is going to trigger the something with the Empire.
Okay.
I think that's the next step because I think Lawson now has to step up and figure out what's going on with Maul, and maybe get some more help. Or the pressure's going to rise because I mean, either that or they're going to dink around on the planet for a little longer, or Maul's going to leave the planet. But I think most of it takes place on this planet. But I don't know. Mumbo Jimbo says, I think the finale title is a placeholder for the Asthmatic Dark Lord Arrives Part 1. So I think that,
they did release that. They released all the names
Oh, really?
of the episodes.
Do we know the name of episode 3?
We do. I don't have it.
That might help me.
Right there with me. Oh shoot, I had it earlier.
Here,
I
look
should
it
have
up.
sent it to you.
Yeah. I like what Adam said. What's up, Adam?
Yeah, he just jumped
What's
in.
up?
I think
Thanks for
Lawson
jumping
tells us he said it what I was thinking, but better. His mom was
As
going
the chat
on,
does.
and
Yeah.
she's high up in the Empire when Marak and Crow show up in the next set of episodes. So maybe that's his connection to the.
Whispers in the Unknown.
Ooh, Whispers in the Unknown. That's
That
interesting.
sounds like Inquisitors.
And then Pride. No, 5 is Inquisition. That's the name of
The
episode 5.
Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody can resist the Spanish Inquisition.
Okay,
4
all right.
is Pride and Vengeance.
Yeah, wow.
4's Pride and Vengeance.
That sounds like he gets a little extra angry.
Well, who's he going
Maul.
to take? It's
You know
interesting that he's carrying Vario, that dead weight.
Well, he's using them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, he needs some of the sources and the connections that Vario still
True.
has to understand what's going on in the underworld.
And the chat did mention Krim. That's
Yes.
got to
That's
come
true.
into.
That's the next guy.
I think that's
Mhm.
going to be 4. I think 4 is going to be
okay.
Pride and Vengeance against Krim because they've already set up Krim as a little bit more of a mini boss.
Yep. They need more cannon fodder for Maul.
Yeah, and then 3, I think Whispers in the Unknown is going to be Devin getting away, and I think it's
Okay.
going to be her reuniting with her master.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Ricky Tiki Tavi, Iko Deal, whatever. And her and her master, again, conflict. I think there's going to be that conflict there. And we saw in the trailer where she's kind of being hunted down, but she's saving people. And I think there's going to be a lot of conflict that we see, and that's going to be the Whispers in the Unknown, which is going to be Maul's influence that's already come on her, and maybe the Force bringing them together, because that was an interesting side of things that we didn't even talk about. Maul was saying that he was having visions, and that the Force was bringing them together
Yeah,
with
that's
this
right.
plan, which is interesting because dark side
Whoa.
vision stuff is, I don't know, is a little bit more unknown.
Yeah,
So
and this is before even he merges with Ezra.
yeah,
Before that, so
Right.
interesting.
Hmm.
So I think so. Then that's all going to happen. There's going to be a little bit more that happens with Devin. She's going to develop in episode 4 more because that's where we left off. 3,
Yeah, that's
4,
true.
or sorry, 2. 3 is where she's going to develop, and we're going to get more of that separation between the two of them, or maybe solidify
The breakup.
the breakup, or solidify maybe that it looks like it's going back to him, and then something's going to happen to trigger her to come back to Maul. But then Pride and Vengeance is where Maul is going to kill Kim or whatever.
Krim.
Sorry, not Kim. Who the heck's
Yikes.
Kim? Sorry,
Or is-
Kim.
or he's- or
Aw.
he's-
Do
Poor
not
Kim.
go after Kim's out
Don't
there.
go to Kim.
we call him Krim.
Yeah, Krim.
Or is
Krim
he
de la
gonna, or is
Krim.
he gonna kill Ricky Tiki Tavi?
Yeah, could be.
Because
Or
Ricky
she
Tiki
gonna
Tavi's
kill
pride.
Ricky Tiki Tavi.
Ooh.
Or is Devin's?
my
I don't know
speculation.
if she's ready yet.
I
but
think
maybe.
that will be the true
A test.
dark side test. for
It's gonna be the
Maul.
the reverse of the thing that he saved the people. right? He saved the people, and then she's got to decide save the people or save
Him.
or him. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying
And she's going to
something-
let him go or something
no,
like that.
I'm saying the complete opposite. I think her corruption is going to be so complete that her final test of the dark
Is
side and being
taking
able
him
to do
out.
what she needs to do is to take out her master, to kill her
Mhm.
master, to solidify herself in the dark side with Maul.
Yeah.
I still think that might happen. That's kind of crazy, but yeah. So chapter 4 is going to be Pride and Vengeance with him taking out Krim, and that is going to leave off on a cliffhanger with the Inquisitors showing up or
I
the
like it.
Empire showing up. So that's my general thoughts. Fact checker, do you have anything else of where we're going? We got Dan's take. We got some of my takes. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I mean, we speculated for the whole series that we thought Gar Saxon might show up. So is
Mhm.
he still around somewhere? Maybe we'll hear his name at least. Is that right?
Yep.
Gar-
Because he was
Gar
Gar
Saxon.
Saxon with
We ha-
Cast.
Yes. Sorry.
He was connected with the Mandalorians.
I
But
don't see him showing up in this.
does Maul hate him?
I don't.
If he's got vengeance.
No,
but
no. Gar Saxon, I think, hates Maul at this point,
Okay.
or might not like Maul because Maul technically betrayed him
Yeah.
on Mandalore,
Yeah.
which is why I'm surprised that even Rook Cass is still with him. But she's a devout follower of the way of Mandalore, and she still believes that he's the rightful ruler of Mandalore, and is why
I
she's
see,
still
okay.
following him, as far as I'm aware.
So could he at least be mentioned? That
Yeah.
would be my speculation, that he might be mentioned at least, if not seen.
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe. I think maybe.
As part of his vengeance tour. I don't know.
I don't know if they're gonna bring him. Well, Maul's doesn't care about him. He doesn't care about Gar
But if
Saxon.
he's working with Krim or
No, he's working with the Empire. He goes to the Empire.
oh yes.
So yeah, I don't think Gar Saxon.
It would be a stretch, but unless he's working for the Empire directly and he comes in to
He
figure
could.
out what's going on and he
Yeah,
bumps in.
That's
yeah.
the only way I
Maybe
think
that's
he could
the
show up.
level up, not all the way up to Sidious, but
Could be. That would be
I
an
don't
interesting. It would be a speculated.
stretching.
I'm totally making this
It would
up.
be a speculated character that would show up that we didn't see coming. It
Yeah,
could happen.
that would be
I would just
interesting.
as soon see Cyril and Deidre though.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of good stuff. I'm really looking already forward to episode 5, the Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition.
Spanish Inquisition. So that's the Inquisitor. That makes sense halfway
That's
through.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and-
something at the end of 4 has to trigger all of this to get those
Mhm.
people coming, or at some point in 3, and then they don't show up till 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they could be having, and they're still going to have to develop Lawson here as well. Lawson and Two Boots. So there's definitely going to be
Yeah.
another side
And
story
the son.
or another story developing. Yes.
Hopefully nothing
The
bad
wife.
happens to the son.
Right.
Aw.
Is that what you're speculating?
No, I'm not. I'm saying he's too nice, so nothing can happen to him.
Yeah,
Mum-
did you see Mumbo Jimbo?
Yeah. Anybody know who has the dark saber right now? Okay, I got to think about this for a sec because
Ooh, dig deep.
oh snap, who does have the dark saber at this point? Because Maul
Maul?
technically lost it to Sidious, right? We didn't see the. Well,
He hit it away. Didn't he hit it? No, that was his other saber. He knocked
Oh,
it down
man.
the shaft or down that planet.
I think Maul still has it, but
Adam says Maul has it still.
it might be hidden away somewhere. Because did he get it back whenever he got the Son of Dathomir arc in the comics? He did escape from Dooku and Palpatine, but I don't know. I don't remember if he took the Darksaber with him because Palpatine took him out and he had the Darksaber at that time. That's who he was using to fight Sidious. So there's a bit of a gray area though, although he does still have it whenever we get to Rebels. So Maul has it in Rebels.
Yeah, that's what Big Old Man is saying.
And then that's how, isn't that how she gets it in Rebels? Man, it's been a while since I've seen Rebels.
From Maul.
From Maul, because
Yeah,
think
she
so.
defeated him, right?
no,
Or well,
man,
Sabine gets it. I don't
Sabine
know.
gets
if
it.
At some point.
yeah.
but I thought it was because
Ahsoka.
no, I thought it was because Maul had it still. So I
Good
think Maul
grief.
has it still at this point. I just don't think he has it on him. I think it's hidden away. So
Adam agrees that's how Ezra finds it.
yeah, is with Maul. So,
Okay.
and then it progresses from there.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, wow. But
Good
great
question.
question. Great question. I had to think about that one. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure Maul. Anything else, guys, speculation-wise, before we move on?
Maybe we start seeing Stormtroopers, Sabersmith says. Or TK Troopers?
Yeah, so those are the interim troopers. Those are
Okay.
between the clones and what we see in
Oh, wow.
episode 4, which is the actual Imperial Stormtroopers.
Yep.
It's called the TK Troopers, which is a interesting. They have a little bit different design between the two of them because this is still the point where
They're just
people are being conscripted and then the clones are being replaced. I think that'd be an interesting story arc if they did want to go down that, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're keeping it pretty tight.
Who got the contract from the Empire to build all those suits? Think of that
Oh.
business. That's some money right there.
That is a lot of money.
all the
Well,
clones
it's
had-
Duraplast is what it is, like a plastoid Duraplast. I forget the name of the company, but yeah, that's a great point.
Somebody made a ton of money in the
Well,
Imperial world.
The Kaminoans made a bunch of money, but then they also
Right.
got destroyed.
And that was the end of them, yes.
So, wow.
Oh, man. That's how Ezra. Maybe it's a rebel person that owns it, and that's why they make them, like when they put it on, they get confused and they can't shoot straight.
Yeah, well,
Something in the suit.
yeah. Have you ever seen the eyes of like a Stormtrooper helmet?
They're like,
It's like way up here.
Yeah.
So,
That's what they
no
can't
wonder they
see.
can't.
yeah.
They can't shoot straight.
Exactly.
It's hilarious. I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Well,
such a great episode.
I think 3 and
both
4
of
will
them.
be solid episodes.
I think they're
I
gonna
don't
be
know if
great.
they're going to be better than 1 and 2, but I think it's going to continue the story and it's going to make us like the show even more
Oh,
because
yeah.
we're going to get more answers with Devin, more answers with Lawson, more Maul wrecking shop,
Yeah.
more maybe Krim and other low-level villains. I think we're going to deepen the characters that we like, just like Andor,
Mm-hmm.
And then I think 5 and 6 are going to take it up a notch because that's like the mid-season with the Inquisitors. That's my thoughts. So I'm very excited. After talking tonight, I'm going to go rewatch it again.
Yeah. I think I might too. And especially being 10 episodes. I think 10 episodes is better than 8 because, and they're only half hour.
Yeah,
I think
thank
10's a
goodness.
little bit better
Oh,
because
much
you
better.
you still got to keep that pacing tight, and you can't have too much filler in there. Otherwise, people will get bored,
Yeah.
especially since they're only half-hour episodes.
Mhm.
But 10 episodes still gives you a little bit of breathing room, depending on the story you're telling. So I think that's why we're really hitting a sweet spot here. I think 5 and 6 are going to be epic. I think 3 and 4 are going to develop very nicely, and we're going to see Maul. To your point, Dan, Maul continue to grow his empire again, and just to see him build, but with the corruption of Devin going alongside and
Yeah.
Lawson, story progressing nicely in Two Boots. But anything else, fact checker, for next week on this, or anything else to say? Anything else you want to say in Maul? Do you want to see anyone animated shirtless?
Oh my
Any of the
goodness,
dudes?
gosh.
There's an inside joke there, but it's outside now.
No.
I said it's outside now.
Not really a thought in my mind.
All right.
It's not the same in animation.
Yeah.
Not that I want to see it in whatever.
Live action.
Live action.
Yeah, no.
Nick would be making fun of you,
He
hard,
would
but he's
be.
not
I
here.
couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk my way out.
But
of
we're
it.
happy, fact checker, that you
Are enjoying
are
this.
enjoying the animated
Yeah.
series.
Yeah, well, it's
You're not
it's
usually a
Maul.
fan.
It's what?
You're not usually a fan of animation. It's not
I
your
just-
top.
Yeah, I just don't. I have a harder time, kind of buying into it. I guess
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. It just. I don't know. I can't relate as much because it's animated. So then my mind doesn't go fully into that world. But
Right.
that's just me, and don't pay any attention to that.
Look over here.
Yeah.
Don't look at that man behind that curtain.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain. All right. Well, we did have some other news, but we don't really have time to go into that. We got to get the Gonkon out of here tonight.
We had fun.
We had a
talking
lot
with all
of
you
fun
guys.
talking Maul. This was a great
Absolutely.
review time, and just a time that we could all kind of process these things and how we're feeling with Maul and getting back into Star Wars animation, peak Star Wars animation, I'd say, as far as the music, the animation style, the story that's being told, the characters that are in it.
Yeah.
This is peak animation for me. And that's why I think it deserves the 100% on
Right.
Rotten Tomatoes Critic Score, and I can't wait for more.
I don't think it will end there. I think it might fall a little bit, but I think it'll still be in the high 90s.
I think it's gonna be 98%.
You think it'll be right there with it
It's either
could
gonna
be
98 or 99% when at the end of the show.
because the content, the look, the music they're putting in. If Filoni, as you said, told them to drive in full tilt on this
Yeah.
thing, then they need to
Needs
get
to
a
be bigger
90%.
and better.
But the fact that they can still do it after all these years gives me hope.
because it's gonna be 99 because you're always gonna get that one person that's like, it doesn't matter what it is. There's always going to be
Right.
one critic that's like, yeah, this is a good, like, just to go against the grain, you know?
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, I don't see what everybody else saw. It's too mainstream for me.
Did you
Lame.
see Bismo's comment earlier? Maybe we can talk more about it next week when he joins. But
Yes.
he said, so now we're taking Rotten Tomatoes ratings.
Yeah, I know. That's a
I
great
know.
point. Yeah, take that. It was just mostly the fact that it was a record for
Rating.
Maul, and
Yeah.
we're feeling really optimistic about Maul. So when we agree with it, yes.
We're going to highlight it.
I'm
Yes.
just joking. Yeah, you can't always take Rotten Tomatoes
No.
scores. We really don't. It was just kind of a fun way to
Fun
Yeah.
connection.
bring up the topic.
Mhm.
And that it does have a little bit of a record going in there with animation being the top.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is funny.
that's
So,
true. And the animation, it does look really good. It looks really good. Maul's face looks really good, as dark as it is.
expressions are great.
Expressions are good. If they did mocap with, I heard they did mocap with what's his name. So
That's when they filmed the actors actually doing.
Yeah, with
I
the
like,
dots.
I like
So,
that better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
it's
do
not
like
actual
that.
mocap, but he did he literally put dots on his face so they could animate
Okay.
him
to
with it.
copy some
Yeah,
of
to
the.
copy some of
Wow.
to
So if
get-
I put dots on my face, you're going to animate me?
it. No.
Well, we could.
because we're not
we
Disney,
could.
we're animation studio. Dan could. I cannot.
I'm saying we could. We just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mumbo Jimbo, I
Mumbo-
love
yeah.
this. The critics are always great when they agree with me.
That's right. That's
Exactly.
exactly what it is.
But I will say here on Stay on Target, we take everybody's opinions. If you didn't like the show, if you like the show, and if you like other things in Star Wars that we might not like, we welcome everybody's opinions here at Stay on Target. And we appreciate it because at the end of the day, we're all Star Wars fans and we're all just trying to have fun in this goofy galaxy far, far away. So with all that, we got to get out of here because we got to watch them all again.
Yeah.
Episode 1, episode 2, to speculate even more and think about it and dream about it. And we're just really excited. Thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight. It was a great, fun show. You gonkers in the chat. You guys were on fire tonight.
Yeah,
I
on
hope
fire.
we just keep building this more. So continue to tell your friends.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about this show so that we can continue having a fun talking Star Wars. We love having everybody here with us. So
And thanks, Hunter, for the super chat again.
yes, thank you for
Hot
the super
take,
chat.
Hunter.
Yep, and the
see
lurkers
you
for
soon.
jumping in. That was fun.
Yep.
We
And we'll
pulled-
see Bismo next week.
Yes, Bismo next week, baby.
And we'll be back on Monday.
We'll be back Monday.
7 p.m.
7
7
p.m.
p.m.
Eastern time. We'll be back doing another live watch along to episodes 3 and 4
Yep.
of Maul Shadow Lord. I can't wait. I wish that was happening tomorrow.
Exactly.
But what is happening tomorrow is Bismo's having a show of Pen Patrol. Definitely go check that out as
Nice.
well. Like, comment, tell them that we sent you over there as well.
Super excited.
Yeah, Whispers in the Unknown, episode 3, and Pride and Vengeance happen. And that's episode 4, chapter 4. Sorry, chapter sounds so much cooler than episodes. Chapter, but yeah, we're excited to watch that with you guys. So definitely join us then. Lots more content coming on Stay on Target here. You bet your bottom dollar. And yeah, we'll catch you guys. Anything else before I go? I was gonna say the
Nope.
outro.
That's it.
That's it. All right, guys, have a great week. See you Monday. Don't forget to always stay on target. At last we will reveal ourselves. At last we will destroy Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Thank you.
Tavi!